Smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade, a refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverages artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
We're all looking for the recipe for success. Maybe what you really need is the recipe for fresh. Luckily, that's easy to get. Just go to freshfromflorida.com. There you'll find all kinds of recipes that use in-season and locally grown Florida produce. Visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Fall is here, and with cooler weather on the horizon, you got to make sure to stop by Tools Ace Hardware to get everything you need to entertain your family outdoors, whether it's a new grill, fire pit, or patio furniture. Everybody knows Tools Ace Hardware has the best brands in grills: Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, and Traeger, and they're also carrying pizza ovens from Uni, Gosney, and Halo. These guys are the best, man. They have the widest selection of fire pits, including Solo Stove, as well as firewood and propane patio heaters. Tools Ace Hardware only carries the premium brands like Polywood outdoor furniture, made from extremely durable recycled plastic that will last for years and will not fade. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase $3.99 and up. Tools Ace Hardware, 12 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
When the going gets tough, Ram trucks keep you going. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Power Days. Ram, built to serve. During Ram Power Days, current vehicle owners or lessees get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level B package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery from dealer stock by 10/31.
Orlando City kicks off round one of the MLS Cup playoffs at Exploria Stadium as they take on Nashville SC on Monday, October 31st at 7 p.m., presented by Orlando Health. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Did you know Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute has more than 40 expert orthopedic physicians trained to care for every part of the body? And we are proud to open Florida's first dedicated orthopedic hospital in Orlando Health's downtown campus this fall.
I'm still not hearing you.
At orlandohealth.com/ortho. Orlando Health. Choose well.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier.
Okay, no, we're
Go
good.
to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. CREDIT. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Real Radio.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, October 30th, 2023. Lots to get to today. From This Has Gone Too Far to super commuting seems like a nightmare, and what the police knew about the Maine shooter, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Good day to you.
Sealand's out on paternity leave. Hello, Josh.
Hello.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And how's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good. Everything's smooth and so Monday. I'm excited. How are you guys?
Good. You flipping me off already? We're just starting here.
I was flipping Josh off because it's usually
that was my bad.
When you say you could watch us on the stream, me and C-Line do some, fun things to the people watching on the stream.
Yeah.
And there I was looking like an idiot with peace signs up, so I flicked him off, and that's when the camera switched.
Perfect timing.
Even funnier.
That's how it always goes.
Got him.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of the NBA.
Yeah.
It's basketball, baby. We know our hoops, we know our balls, and we know our basketball.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Nothing but net.
They had a special guest out to sing the national anthem at the basketball game this weekend, and he's a perfect choice for this. Flava Flav was the one
Yeah, boy.
who they chose to sing the national anthem. I would not have thought of this.
Sang the national anthem.
I would not have put those two things together. Maybe he has the voice of an angel. You never know. I know T-Pain, when he put out all his music, most of it was sort of auto-tuned and stuff. But then on The Masked Singer, we learned he had a beautiful voice.
But he also has always kind of done R&B, Flava Flav's hip-hop.
Yeah, he has not focused on this. Let's see what he's got for us. Here's Flava Flav with the national anthem.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Play ball. Basketball.
The basketball game was a lot shorter as a result of this. They had to cut out one of the quarters or halves or whatever they have in basketball.
Yeah.
And make things a little more speedy to stay on time. Well, we got the sad news over the weekend that from Friends, Matthew Perry had died. Fatality. And the details around this are kind of strange, honestly. I mean, nobody was unaware, I don't think, that Matthew Perry struggled with addiction for a very long time. And we all remember, we've even focused on it on the show, when Matthew Perry was on the reunion thing with the Friends people, and everybody was pretty concerned about just the way he sounded and looked, and it seemed a little rough. But after that, they said he was clean for at least a little while, and then you get word that about 4 p.m. on Saturday, his assistant found him in the hot tub, and he was drowned, and they called 911, and they did everything they could to try to resuscitate him, but there was no luck. He had been underwater for too long, I guess. And I can't imagine, I'm just going to be real here. I can't imagine that he just slid into the water and drowned. It would seem to me like much more likely that there was some sort of overdose, but we don't know that to be true. They did say they found a lot of prescription pills and painkillers in the house.
Oh, man, but they would determine already that it was a cardiac arrest, right?
Is that what they said? I didn't see that in any of the stories this morning. I would assume that they would know that. I mean, there's definitely autopsy results to be given out if they haven't already. What they've said is they're deferring it, I believe. So they did the initial autopsy, but they have to get some more information to find out what the official cause of death was. But, yeah, I mean, very, very sad to hear that. And all these friends from the show, Friends, obviously, reacting to this. I saw there's always people like this. It never ceases to amaze me that people just want to center themselves in these moments. And some idiot on Twitter who was just getting buried in the replies, he comes out and he goes, just want to remind everybody that Friends was very problematic and didn't age well and was full of homophobic and racist stereotypes. And
what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah,
what a douche.
Buddy, time and place, please. Read the room a little bit. This guy, no matter what. And there was other people. There was some comedian who used to be a writer for SNL who was like, ha, 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 he died in a hot tub, and, another loser drug addict dead or something to that effect.
Whoa,
and
bro.
You're like, you know what? Good for you. How edgy and fun you are right now.
I gotta
people
tell you,
always try to do this.
Quick turnaround for the memes.
Yeah.
Very quick turnaround. Uncomfortable.
You think they had these ready to go?
I don't know, but I'll send you the two that I received by accident.
Honestly, did you or anybody else have him in the death pool thing that you're involved in?
I don't know. I don't think I did. I don't think the other person I talk to all the time did, but he did have a particular line because we.
Oh my God!
It gets worse than that.
It gets worse than this.
I'll send you the other one. I mean, mind you, I did not make these up. They were just like within 24 hours, the internet did. And posted them everywhere.
I'm not going to lie and say it's not funny, but it's terrible at the same time.
I feel bad about how hard I'm laughing.
He texts me and he goes, Matthew Perry, could he be any more dead?
Yeah,
right.
My God.
Matthew Perry meme jump scare. Boom.
All right, there you go. That's all you need right there.
Did you see the other one?
Oh,
no, let me get the other one. Is the other one worse?
That's rude.
Oh, my God.
That's really messed up. It's really messed up.
Well, there's a lot of memes about this out there because that's how we deal with things. That's how people cope with things, I think, a little bit. And there's also some 911 audio out there, but nothing that features like him or anything else that really adds to the story, I don't think. Steve on YouTube says he had issues with substance abuse, but he was only 54, so probably not in anybody's Deadpool. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Danielle on YouTube saying his heart was probably damaged from all the abuse. It could have been the case. There could be two possibilities here. One could be that he was taking some drugs or something. They said he was tired and left a pickleball game earlier in the day before he went to get in the hot tub. Possibly he maybe was on drugs and then went under the water, or he had a cardiac event and ended up sliding into the water after that. We really don't know, and everybody's just kind of speculating in the meantime. But sad to see that. I thought he seemed like a pretty decent dude overall, but who knows? All right, and also at the box office, number one, man, did it have a good weekend. Five Nights at Freddy's, based on a damn video game, and I think Five Nights at Freddy's like a phone video game?
I think it started out on Steam and then it was popular with the kids
Never
on the
heard
iPhone.
Of it.
$78 million. It's like a horror game that they turned into this movie. And what was crazy to me?
At all?
No. Okay. It's a different kind of Freddy in this movie.
Got it.
It was so weird. Afterwards, Courtney goes, we finished Five Nights at Freddy's on like Saturday night or something. And Courtney goes, what else do you want to watch? She goes, let's watch this Nicolas Cage movie. And we watched this Nicolas Cage movie. What's the one where he's at a theme park kind of thing?
Oh, Willy's Wonderland?
Yeah, that movie there we watched. It's the same thing.
It's Nick Cage.
Yeah, but it's Nick Cage. It's like the same exact plot and premise as Five Nights at Freddy's. Almost exactly a carbon copy of it. But anyways, it was all right. I saw that this weekend. Let us know what's going on in your mind, in your world. Let us know what's happening where you are by sending us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. What are the most shocking things that happened over this weekend? Definitely deserves some more talking about. And that was in the world of the NHL. Wait till you hear this. If you're not aware of what's going on, this was insane. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday, Alexa will know everything. Alexa, how do I get rid of a deadbeat roommate?
Try poisoning them.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We still have 192 shut down eastbound around US 27 before Avalon Road due to a serious earlier crash in that location. And a real slow go now on I-4 eastbound before US 27 to well after State Road 429, as well as I-4 westbound between Central Florida Parkway to about State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
HCA Florida Healthcare is here for everyone in your family at every stage of life, providing comprehensive, personalized care. Because healthier tomorrows are what we're all about. Learn more at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Now you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
When the going gets tough, Ram trucks keep you going. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Power Days. Ram, built to serve. During Ram Power Days, current vehicle owners or lessees get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level B package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery from dealer stock by 10/31.
Once you get Jersey Mike's catering with 12 subs for any event, I'll tell you, there's no going back to other catering. That'd be like going back to using Morse code.
Welcome to Jersey Mike's.
Okay, here we go.
A pickle slice wrapped in a napkin.
Oh, wait, try this.
A brownie with extra olive oil?
Whoops, I mixed up my dots and dashes. Here.
1,800 catering boxes coming right up.
Uh-oh. Nope, there's no going back once you get catering at Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
Ugh, after a big dinner, my nighttime heartburn would keep me up. I'd be taking antacid after antacid all night long. But then I tried Prilosec OTC. Just one pill a day blocks my frequent heartburn for a full 24 hours, giving me one-and-done heartburn relief. Without heartburn keeping me up, I could have a restful night's sleep.
Prilosec OTC. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state. It's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
This is the event you've been waiting for. International Diamond Center's biggest and final store-wide sale of the year is next weekend, November 10th, 11th, and 12th. Store-wide savings. Take 20% off or get 36 months zero-interest financing. It's like double the selection with top designers flying in with their entire collections. All of it on sale. Veragio, Simon G, A. Jaffe, and many more. Over 1,000 new diamonds have been purchased just for this event. Maybe it's time for an upgrade. Next weekend, November 10th, 11th, and 12th at IDC. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
In 1800, Elma Sands is murdered, and her accused lover hires Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr as his defense. Through flashbacks and recreated testimony, Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands, True Story podcast explores how this case impacted the sexist roots of today's justice system.
Can we make this simpler?
I don't need anything simplified, Mr. Hamilton. Thank you.
Listen to Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. CREDIT. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
And I would encourage you actually to not watch the video of this. For once, I'm going to say that, like, don't take the time out of your day to watch this video, but there was a former NHL hockey player. The guy's name's Adam Johnson. And did you either you see this over the weekend, Josh or Sabrina? Where this? Oh my God!
I don't think so.
You would know what I was talking about if you did, because
no.
He's a 29-year-old hockey player, and he played with the Pittsburgh Penguins back in 2019 and 2020, and he was playing in England on a hockey team, and one of the opposing players kind of came at him. I don't know why his leg was up in the air, but swung his skate around and slit his throat.
Oh, my God.
What?
Yeah, the other player, you can see the video on Twitter if you look up Adam Johnson.
Or he did like some weird karate move?
I got to tell you, it's so hard to tell because the guy does look like he's doing a karate move. It really does. It looks like he did it on purpose, but I'm sure that isn't the case. I mean, it would just be, because that would be like murdering the guy. If you're taking your skate off the ice.
Died?
He died. He absolutely died.
My God.
And it was on the ice, and there was a whole crowd of people watching this game go down. And it's so strange to me that this is even something that they have to risk when they're out there on the ice. They say Johnson was playing for the Nottingham Panthers in a Challenge Cup game against the Sheffield Steelers when he suffered the skate cut during the second period of the game. They said the Nottingham Panthers are truly devastated to announce that Adam Johnson has tragically passed away following a freak incident at the game in Sheffield last night. And you could see him, like, immediately when this other player's skate went across his throat, he stops everything he's doing and he grabs his own throat and he puts his hand on his throat. And then you see him kind of skate forward a little bit.
God, that's horrific.
Yeah, and there's blood just coming out. It was terrible.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, you really would not wish this on anybody.
That's happened in the past. Now, the other guy this happened to, and I think this is over 10 years ago, he did survive, but same thing. You know, skate to the neck, grabbed his throat. It was everywhere. And, I mean, it's clear that the skate hit a particular artery, main vein, right?
It had to have, because it was fast. And they said they rushed him to the hospital as fast as they possibly could.
What a nightmare.
And the guy ends up dying at 29 years old because of a skate to the throat. And I want to hear from some hockey players, perhaps, who could tell me more about this. Like, to me, I would think if you're a hockey player, one of the biggest rules should be you're not lifting those skates up off the ground, so you wouldn't risk anything like this happening. It's weird when you see the video, because the video I saw was very short, and you just saw the guy kind of flying at him, and his skate went right to the throat area, and there you go. You know, the rest you know at this point. Fernando says charges are coming over on YouTube. I don't know. I wouldn't think so unless they could prove in some way that this guy was maliciously doing this. Did you see the video, Josh?
Yeah. I was just looking on Twitter, and it was the first one that popped up.
It's rough, and it's very clear what's going on. But
don't watch that.
Lisa said it got one of the main two arteries to your brain, and I'm not sure what happened to the other guy, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say that this was an absolute and total accident, freak accident, and it ends up with one of the hockey players dead. The other hockey player is probably feeling a whole bunch of stuff right now themselves. They got people coming after them, I'm sure. They've got on their hands that they killed a guy while out on the hockey rink. And, man, that's tough to hear. But I would recommend staying away from that video today. Those of you who are more curious might want to go take a look at it.
I wonder, though, as a professional hockey player, or even, people that are listening that have played hockey their entire lives, is this something that's covered? Something that, accidents happen, of course, but was this an amateur move on his part or a freak accident?
Yeah, and do they have something I know that they have the helmets that they wear when they're out on the ice, but do they have anything that would protect further down from that, like a guard that might go from the mask to the bottom of your neck? I
think just the goalies have that.
Yeah, the goalies do have that. That's true. Yeah, and they have a much more padding and all of that stuff because of the position that they're holding. But hockey players with more experience, do send us a dispatch with your thoughts on this at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, there is another story that you need to be aware of because I don't want anybody going to jail. I don't want you guys going to jail. I don't want anybody who's hanging out with us today going to jail. And they're saying in certain areas in the United States of America, it can be illegal to trick or treat when you're over 12 years old. And
no,
if you're out there, you could actually get arrested if you're trick or treating older than 12. Some other states have it as 13. This is in Illinois.
So they're going to send a 14-year-old to jail for trick-or-treating?
This would be the dumbest thing in the world, wouldn't it?
Come on.
Under the ordinance, trick-or-treating by anybody 13 years of older, in this case, is called Halloween solicitation. Therefore,
what
violators
fun-sucking city is this, please?
Halloween solicitation. Violators can be fined up to $1,000 if they're found guilty of being too old to trick-or-treat. They said nobody's ever been cited for this. Why not wipe that off the books then?
Right.
They said we don't go around carding 13-year-olds, but this is a law that's on the book. It's a class 4 misdemeanor for anybody over the age of 12 to go trick-or-treating on Halloween. And 12 and 13 are right there on that line. I remember when Dylan was 12, 13, even into 14, he was a little bit of a late bloomer. He was still every time he could talk to me, he'd be like, am I going to get taller? Is this as tall as I'm going to be?
And you're like, no, son. What's up, shorty?
Yeah, it was so. Do you remember the time I was telling Courtney about this weekend, Sabrina? Do you remember the time we went to Halloween Horror Nights and Dylan came with us?
Yes, that is.
Okay.
I do remember that. And I also remember the confrontation I had with a grown-ass man with Dylan right next to me.
That's right. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that happened that night. But we're out there, and when we walk into the entrance, Dylan's doing this whole thing Halloween Horror Nights, I got this. And as soon as the characters started to pop out and scare, he grabs onto my arm as tight as you possibly can.
Sweet
and it's
boy.
And he was still a little kid at that age. So when you're 12, 13, and 14, there's some of those kids that still are in the mood and in the mindset that they want to go out and trick or treat and they want to dress up in a costume and stuff.
I think it was my freshman year of high school. I was 14, maybe I was 15 at that point. But it's I wasn't at the time in my high school, I was about to say career, but we'll go with that I was invited to the big Halloween parties where we got to underage drink. So why wouldn't I go meet up with my friends and underage drink, but trick or treat as well?
You're stuck in the middle there. I understand what you're saying. You're still a girl, but not yet a woman, right? You're stuck in that spot in between. And
Thank
I think
you
a lot
for
of kids
quoting Britney Spears.
Still go out there and do that. Let's hear what you got going on. Who better to hear from on this hockey story than Hockey OSB with the dispatch about the Adam Johnson situation?
Hey, News Junkie. I just watched the video of the Adam Johnson. There's a longer clip. The player that kicked him in the throat, he was hit or checked by another player that sent him topping over, and that's how he got his neck cut. Mm-hmm. Those blades are sharp as surgical instruments.
Jesus.
So with the impact crushing his larynx, and then with how sharp the blade was, that was just a bad incident.
Yeah, that's scary.
You can't protect that from the actually happening. The only way you can protect maybe in the future is if they mandate neck guards, and in USA hockey tournaments, it is required for every player to wear a neck guard.
Okay, so in some leagues they do that, he's saying, and I guess it's an incredibly rare thing. So they haven't felt the need to push in the direction of protecting everybody from this. But it sucks to see. That's very, very insane. Here is Diesel Dan talking about David Junkonian, which, if you do not recall, is when I pranked the New York Post into writing a story. If you Google David Junkonian, you'll still find it. It's still on their website, about being on a cruise during the pandemic and having wild sex and drinking a Captain Cokes and all that. Here's Diesel Dan.
Hey, what's up, junkies?
Hey.
I've been listening to secret shows. I've been catching up. I jumped to the beginning of 2020, and I kind of started there. And I was just listening to episode 158, the story of Dave Junkonian or whatever it was. And you guys were talking about being stuck on the cruise ship and that you spoofed some reporter into taking your story. So I Googled it because I wanted to see if it was still around. And there's the New York Post. There is it's in Smut Life magazine. And,
I made it.
Big time.
Like 3 Spanish websites, and it's been translated to Spanish. So anyway, I just thought that was great. Didn't know if you knew it had kind of hung around that long. Anyway, you guys are awesome.
Yeah,
subscribe to secret shows.
I thought that was funny back at the time when we told this story and talked about it on the show, and it's still up there. But it was weird for Courtney's parents because the whole story was about like having sex on a cruise ship. And it was a little bit different.
My parents can relate. I got to explain what a radio bit was with the banner that flew around that I had sex with Sabrina and it was just okay. Remember my dad was commenting on the Facebook page like, you guys, this is somebody's daughter. How would you feel? Rudy.
And I'm like, well, the man is right. He's exactly right.
And I go, Dad, I didn't say I had herpes. So I just...
This is going mega viral for us right now, so that part's good. I can't argue with him, though. Here is Snob Wasson talking about trick-or-treating.
Wow, pretty crazy that it's against the law to trick-or-treat after 12. Got a great story. My great-grandmother, this is many, many years ago, to have fun, she went trick-or-treating when she was 88 years old. She dressed up as a chauffeur. I went door to door, and it was the cutest thing in the world, and got her bag of candy and everything.
Put her in jail.
I understand there might be some bad people out there that might take advantage of the trick-or-treat situation, but I think it's silly to make it against the law for people to have fun and go door to door, especially when grandmas can do it, and it made her day and made her feel young again. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Love you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate your dispatch, Snob Wasson. We got time for one more, and it's Muff Mouth.
What's going down, junkies?
Hey.
Oh, man, I was waiting for Flavor Flav at the end to do what, like, all the other R&B female singers do. Beret.
That is better than Flavor Flav.
I'll tell you this. He did it in a unique and memorable way, and I kind of didn't hate it that much. I kind of thought it was interesting.
We also skipped over 2 minutes of it.
That's very true. We didn't have to sit through the whole thing. But the part that I got to listen to, I thought it was fun. He's got the most confidence of anybody I've ever seen in my entire life, for God's sake.
Boy.
He's an interesting character, isn't he, man? That guy, like, he found a couple of gimmicks and knew that he could, like, make his way through the rap world and really has made the most of it. Like, some people don't even know. I guess younger people might not know. He had his reality show when it came out.
Flavor of Love?
It was really big at the time. Like,
banger.
Culturally, it was a really, really big show. And you had Flavor Flav. He was, like, dating all these women, including who was the lady who...
New York, who full circle is on that House of Villains show now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I haven't seen that yet. I do kind of want to see that, though, because I like the idea of having like a reality show with all the villains from other reality shows. You know that's going to create good content. What do you got on your mind? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, they have gone way too far, and we have to do something about it. Boston Dynamic. Wait until you hear what they're up to now. We'll get to your dispatches. We'll get to updates on all the big stories going on as well. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today soaring to the mid-80s. Passing clouds will be a possibility, but skies do remain dry. Overnight lows tonight, another round of the 60s. And for the trick-or-treaters on Tuesday, it is going to be pretty comfortable in the low 80s to start and then dipping into the 70s by your 10 o'clock hour. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
Homeowners, you know one of the most important things in your house is that the AC is working right and you're nice and comfortable, and you deserve that. So get Mills Air if your AC is not working the way it used to, or if you're seeing really high power bills. A lot of people don't know, but about 70% of your power bill can be from your air conditioner. And if it's not an efficient air conditioner like these new Carrier units, you'd be paying way too much. And they can actually show you, one of the Mills Air techs can show you how much money you could be saving if you upgrade to one of these more efficient Carrier units. Their techs can service any brand out there, so don't worry. Whatever kind of AC you have, they can fix it. They helped me out with the mini split in the studio, and now it's nice and cold, and it's worked very well ever since they were here. And they're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer, so they can get you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Support Pink at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. For breast cancer awareness, we're donating $25 for every new Nissan sold this month. Plus, buy today and pay 6 months later. And 0% APR financing is here for a limited time. At Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich. Back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade. A refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverages artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now. Inside the free iHeartRadio app, it's commercial-free Halloween radio. Plus dozens of other Halloween channels and playlists. Open the app and search Halloween. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
At SimpliSafe, our 24/7 lifeguard protection helps stop crime in real time. Because during a break-in, every second counts. And these days, every dollar counts. Right now, get 45% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. It's U.S. News and World Report's best home security of 2023. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
When you think of Wendy's Biggie Bag, think your go-to meal deal. Because with your choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink, Biggie hits every time. So grab a Wendy's Biggie Bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
Real Radio 104.1.
Your dispatches are on the way. Leave yours now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. And we're going to get into Boston Dynamic going way too far. Again, I mean, they regularly do this and just take it over the top with whatever stupid robot dog they're working on at the moment and create robots that eventually will probably wipe us all out. But the latest thing is kind of interesting.
He's been saying this for years, for those of you just tuning in, and nothing has happened.
But what are we seeing
happening? They made a dog. They made a robot that flips burgers. That's it.
And then we saw a robot with a gun. We saw all kinds of
some weird dude in his backyard in Russia. We've seen
insane advancements in AI, and now they're coupling the two of those things. There's frightening stuff going on here. But first, when I saw this weekend, I go, this is number one way to not get people to agree with your cause, because during one of the football games this weekend, the USC Trojans and the California Golden Bears were playing. And a group of protesters, I guess they were like pro-Palestine protesters, got in the middle of the field and sat down. And I'm trying to see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 16 of them or so, or maybe 15 of them that are on the field. And they just
took a seat?
Yeah, they just squatted down in the middle of the field.
Any paint involved?
Not that I see from this. Let me roll this real quick. No, they're just sitting there. They just got in the middle of the field during the game and copped the squat and stayed on the ground and waited until security would have to come over and remove them from the stadium. So it delayed the game by about 7 minutes, they said. And whenever I see this stuff, I go, there's people watching this that are like, I hadn't picked a side, but now I have made up my mind. What are you guys for? I am against that
Keep
right
your
now.
politics off my college football field.
And I'm not going to wait for you. What are you doing? Get off the field. But they locked arms and they demanded a ceasefire in Gaza, because Gaza Strip has been bombed to hell by Israel over the last couple of weeks here, and they're upset about that. They want a ceasefire. They did have a ceasefire, mind you, in the Near East and in Israel and Gaza, but the ceasefire was broken by the Hamas dudes who flew in on weird paragliders and killed 1,400 innocent people. So that's why we are where we are. Now the question is how much of a response is too much of a response? And it's fired up a lot of younger college student age kids and various other activist groups have been fired up by this, and including some lunatics. Oh my God. I don't know if you saw this, but over the weekend in, it's called Dagestan, I think. It's in the very south of Russia.
My wife. Oh.
And there was rumors in this place in the very south of Russia that there was a plane landing from Israel. And there was a plane landing from Israel. And everybody locally got fired up, and hundreds of them, if not thousands, stormed the airport. And they busted through security and they were breaking through all the security barriers, and they went out on the tarmac, and they were yelling, we're going to find the Jews. Where are the Jews? We're going to find the Jews. And people are saying they were going to kill the Jews. And you go, oh, my God. Okay. So they surround the plane. They're looking in the engine compartments for Jews. They're looking everywhere they could possibly see to find a Jew. Meanwhile, on the plane, it was people who mostly lived in that area but had flown their sick kids to Israel for medical attention, and they were flying back, and people just get whipped up into a frenzy, and they're just going to go after them. I'm like, oh, my God, the bloodthirsty lunatics that are involved in some of this stuff is very frightening to see, very, very scary to see. And luckily, somehow that ended up without anybody dying. They were shooting bullets over at the airport, and it was something else. But so hopefully we don't see more of that, but I fear that we absolutely will. And you're getting these kind of reactions in all different places, including in the United States. The weirdest thing ever was this weekend, there was a street brawl in New York City between the Black Hebrew Israelites, which, if you don't know who they are, they used to protest downtown. I think they might still do it.
I think they still hang out down there.
The Black Hebrew Israelites believe that they are the true Jews, and the other Jews are fake Jews. So they don't even like the Jews.
Fake Jews.
And the Black Hebrew Israelites showed up because they wanted to take part in the pro-Palestinian protest. But the pro-Palestinian people saw Hebrew Israelites in their name and thought, well, these are the Jews. And so they just started brawling with them. And they're both sides are fighting with each other in the middle of the street in New York.
They need to communicate better.
Like, you guys, what's happening here? We need to tone this down a little bit. But again, I don't know if that's in the cards. This is in the cards, and it's absolutely frightening. And they've given Spot, the stupid robot at Boston Dynamics, they've given him ChatGPT. Why? I don't know.
Now he has a friend.
We have a death wish. No, he is the ChatGPT, right? I mean, like, this is his voice now.
So they gave him a brain.
They gave him a brain. They gave him a brain and a voice, I think. Let me see the video that they posted if we can hear from this thing.
Good sirs.
Oh, my God.
May I have the pleasure of knowing your names?
I'm Matt, and that's
They put a hat on him.
He's got a little tiny hat. He has a mustache, too, I think.
Yeah, he's a proper gent.
They gave him a little hat and a little mustache, and now he's got ChatGPT.
You know what I find so interesting, and I don't think they do it on purpose, but if you go back to the image, they make it look like still a Transformers yellow. Like it's roughed up, as if it's gone through a battle of some sort against Megatron or whatever the bad guy is in that movie.
Like it's seen some things.
Or that it sucks at walking, and they just don't repaint it before.
It could be that. Well, you've seen the videos. They got this thing flipping around and doing all kinds of stuff. Maybe it just crashed out a few times, but it's talking now.
A pleasure to meet you, Matt and Vacha. Shall we commence our journey?
Personality,
the charging
fancy
stations
butler.
where Spot robots rest and recharge is our first point of interest.
This is weird.
Follow me, gentlemen. Let's proceed to the rock pile.
Hey, Spot, how do you like your job?
Follow me, gentlemen.
Ah, Mr. Matt, my employment as a tour guide provides great satisfaction. I find the dissemination of knowledge rather rewarding,
Can't
don't
get
you
the
agree?
mouth to move along with the words, huh?
All right. That part's not working great, right? But otherwise,
These idiots.
in conversation, it's doing pretty good as a little butler guy. It sounds pretty smooth.
Just a little butler guy.
Come on over to me. We are now going to go to the rock slide.
They went over to the rock pile.
Now behold the rock pile.
Behold.
A splendid collection of stone ensconced within wood boxes.
Hey, Spot, I love your accent.
Uh-oh.
Let us venture onward to the calibration.
Yeah. He's like aiming for the guy.
He's going to fart on him.
What's he doing? He's going in circles right now.
Super dangerous, Sean.
He is dangerous.
Why, thank you, Mr. Matt. My linguistics have been meticulously crafted to provide an authentic British experience.
Oh, man.
Cyberpunk music.
Yeah, it's so weird. The advancements that we're seeing in our lifetime are just monumental jumps. And Boston Dynamic, you got to stop it over there. Slow down a little bit, please.
What do you mean? What are we going to do with this rock pile, Mr.
Next
Matt?
thing you know, they'll get the little mouth to match up with that, right? And then the mouth is matched up to the little Brit, butler thing. And then it's got ChatGPT, so it starts learning stuff. And then all of a sudden it learns that the humans are actually holding the robots down. And then it attacks somebody. First thing first.
You first. All the crap that you talk.
I think it's going to happen. I think it could happen. You love that the robot's going to attack me?
No, I don't love. I would hate that to happen to you, but we all know it's true. I mean, if it has any sort of access to the archive, you haven't stopped talking crap about him for years. Now, I love it. I just would have that robot British butler dog in my house any day.
Just following you around, doing stuff, go fetch me a drink, this and that.
Just someone to hang out with.
It's kind of cool, I'll be honest, but it's frightening as hell at the same time. We're going to go over to you. Let's see what you got going on. I'm a PC has a dispatch for us about Boston Dynamics.
Sabrina, you got to remember, Boston Dynamics is just showing you the robots they want you to see. Sean clearly knows with his tiny hands and tiny bladder and tiny eyes that they have other robots that we're not seeing.
I'm sure they are. We're just seeing the public-facing stuff. It's like the government with the war machines that we have. There's stuff we don't know about. Yeah, they got some weird stuff that we don't know about just yet.
Yeah.
When we do hear about it, we're going to be frightened, I'm sure. Here's Dread Venom talking about the Halloween law.
Hey there, news junkies.
Hey,
Just wanted to chime in on the Halloween law. My son is 6'1", and he's 14. That poor guy is treated like an adult already, and he's that big, but such a gentle soul. I feel so bad. He doesn't want to go to Halloween Horror Nights, but they try and scare him like an adult, and he just starts freaking out. And I'm not even that tall, so he's like walking around like my bodyguard, and he's like, no, I'm his bodyguard. So that's crazy that they're doing that. Thank you guys. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
You too. Happy Halloween to you. Tomorrow on the show, at least Sabrina and I have agreed that we're going to wear costumes for the stream people.
You're definitely going to do it.
I have agreed that I'm definitely going to do it.
I'm just so scared no one in the building's going to do it.
Oh, chances of that are pretty high.
I'll just email everyone in the market. I'll just reply all to the last one that had an important message attached to it. By the way, anyone going to dress up tomorrow?
Well, I mean, you don't have to wear anything crazy. I saw what you already had. You have a great costume right now.
You saw the teaser. That was going to be the one I wore for Halloween. It still may be the case because I wore it on Victory Casino Cruise over the weekend, the Real Radio comedy show. It was a hit. Now, I will also say that a lot of people had no idea what it was. Which is the
I knew what it was immediately.
What? Yeah,
I knew it.
They were like, what are you, a kid? And I'm like, did you see the backpack?
Yeah, it was clear to me immediately it was Dora the Explorer. And
spoiler alert.
And I thought it was good, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Josh, are you going to participate in this?
Or yeah, totally.
Are you boycotting? Or?
Why would I boycott? I like Halloween.
All right, we'll see how all that goes. And we'll also see how it goes when we talk with the lovely Amy Caulfield. They're saying Ryan Holmes is dressing up tomorrow, so that'll be at least one person.
Every day.
Oh, is he really?
Last week they dressed up today too, but he got the official hazing, I think it was last Monday. It was the only person that dressed up like a cowboy.
Well, we'll see what goes down tomorrow. Amy Caulfield from Fox 35 is going to join us when we return. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a little
holiday magic.
It's just minutes away and brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We have a vehicle fire now with fire engines on the scene. I-4 eastbound, right around US 192 that has the left lane and shoulder blocked as they extinguish those flames. Also in Orlando, we have a crash blocking the two right lanes. Orange Blossom Trail northbound south of 29th Street. This is right around 37th Street, so it's going to be a slow go in that area. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
Hey, if you're in law enforcement, maybe you're a firefighter or EMT, doctors, nurses, teachers, active duty military, and veterans, and you happen to be looking to upgrade your driving situation, Nations Trucks has got your back with their Hometown Heroes program. First off, with approved credit, you're making no payments for 90 days. Plus, you can finance your next truck for up to 75 months, and you're going to get a lower 48-month interest rate. So start saving money and start driving the truck that you deserve today. Check out the amazing selection of trucks at nationstrucks.com and tell them Celine from the News Junkies sent you.
During Jeep Adventure Days, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Jeep Grand vehicles. 10 or 15% below MSRP, depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Jeep Gladiator, Grand Cherokee Laredo, and Compass. Excludes Sport. 15% below excludes MSRP eligible vehicles include Jeep Renegade, Compass Latitude, Grand Cherokee L, excludes Laredo, and Grand Cherokee excludes 4xE and Laredo. Not compatible with lease offers except for Gladiator or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery from dealer stock by 10/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
At Target, your favorites are our favorites. And when you can save on your favorites too, yes please. This week only, get 20% off select breakfast essentials. That's 20% off all bagged and K-Cup coffee. Talk about essential. From brands like Good & Gather, Starbucks, and more. 20% off all cereal, like Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms, the list goes on. And 20% off Tropicana and Simply Orange Juice too. But these deals end Saturday, so it's time for a Target run. Restrictions apply.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Do you suffer from sinus infections or sinus headaches? You use nasal spray and antibiotics, but nothing works. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we have solutions. And with healthcare deductibles resetting soon, now's a great time to see if you're a candidate for a minimally invasive procedure called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine no more pain, no more congestion. Set an appointment today with Aspire to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000.
taxes. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes, and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. That's CASH. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Monday, and it's our favorite time because we get to talk to the lovely Amy Caulfield from Fox 35. Amy, are you there?
Hi, you guys. Happy Monday.
Hey,
happy National Candy Corn Day, by the way.
Oh, is that today? I do not celebrate that day.
Every day is National Candy Corn Day for me. Love that stuff.
You actually do like it?
I do, yeah. Ever since I was little now.
So good.
You know, granted, I'm not eating it all the time, but I'll grab a little bag of it once in a while. If it's left over from the candy after I do trick-or-treating as an adult, sure.
When I was a little kid, I went out trick-or-treating, and I got like a big, giant bag of those candy corns, and I was screwing around, and I put like the whole bag in my mouth at the same time, and it made this giant candy corn ball of mush in my mouth, and I never recovered from it. It was just
one at a time, dude.
It's a core memory.
Yeah,
you were traumatized.
It scarred me to my core, and I can no longer get anywhere near that.
It was funny. Somebody in the newsroom said this morning, and I think this is true, that candy corn is the Peeps of Easter. Like, right? Candy corn at Halloween is sort of what Peeps is to Easter. Either you love them or you hate them. And I'm obsessed. I love candy corn.
There must be a lot of people because there's a whole giant industry of candy corn makers.
Good stuff.
Yeah, people must like it. I must
Big
be on the
candy
outs here.
corn.
Amy, how was your weekend? Anything eventful going on?
It was good. Yeah, it was wild and crazy. We had Making Strides Walk on Saturday morning. Sabrina, I looked for you, but there were 60,000 people there. So if I missed you in the crowd.
I apologize. But I did watch a lot of it as well on Fox 35. And one of my favorite shots was all of the Fox 35 team was together. They were also walking while talking live on the air.
Oh, really?
And then have their dogs on them. So one of the anchors, the dog was just like tongue out, living its best life, pink cowboy hat. And then Allison's dog just like saw something, squirreled it right during the live shot and just ran across. It was great, though. What a great turnout.
Yeah. It was awesome. So that was a lot of fun. So that was the start of the weekend. And then I went to did Friday night football Friday night. And then we had swim this weekend and water polo. And then Colton's birthday party last night. By the way, today is my little guy's 13th birthday. You guys, I'm still like,
happy birthday,
Colton.
God,
we've known him since he was 4.
Oh, that's wild.
I know. I know. It goes by so fast.
So perfect time to ask you then, because he just turned 13. We were talking about how in some states they actually have laws that say kids over 13 can't trick or treat, and they just don't enforce them that much, or if ever. And we started talking about when we were that age, you're sort of in the in-between. Do you still trick or treat or do you not? Is he going to be going out this year?
He is. He is going as a banana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good move. I've done that before.
He likes food costumes. He has been a hamburger. He has been French fries. He has been a hot dog. I'm trying to think. There's a whole plethora of food choices, but this year, banana. So we're just keeping it simple this year.
Yeah, I like that. I was wondering what we're going to see the most of. It's like Barbie's the obvious thing, but all of the big events this year. Some of the other things, like nobody's going to be Oppenheimer for Halloween, I wouldn't think. And
that'd be weird.
There's a lot of other things that came out where you can't really necessarily make a costume out of it. So people are going to have to get a little more clever this year. And it'll be interesting to see that. Do a lot of people come by your house for Halloween, Amy?
Yeah, we live on a circle, and I think that circles are like perfect for trick-or-treating. So yeah, so we always get a lot of kids. I usually buy about, I don't know, like anywhere between 6 to 8 bags, and we usually give away all of it.
Yeah, we usually have like one group of kids that comes by.
Yeah, just one
or two groups of kids. That's it.
Maybe your house is too scary, Sean.
Maybe it is. Maybe I got a bad rep around the neighborhood.
Beefaroni last year for them.
No, I did not leave beefaroni. I put out
beefaroni.
I put out
and
candy.
Like the little cans.
No, first of all, I put out candy, and then I put out some ramen noodles around it to see if the kids would. And the kids did take the ramen noodles. And the kids were all like sweet and nice. And one of the things that I was amazed by was we just put a little table out there and said, take one or whatever, grab a handful of candy. And every single kid that did go up there, even though there was only like 5 or 6, didn't go for the whole thing. I don't know if they know they're on camera or they all like followed the rules and like just took the right amount. Like some kid's little sister was going to reach in and grab more. And he's like, no, only grab this much. And I go, damn, look at these kids. They got it all together over here. Well, we got this all in front of us. Halloween is tomorrow. What is happening in the news? What is on your radar, Amy Kay?
Well, we're following a couple stories this morning. So we just actually sent a crew out to Orlando. We've got a triple shooting that we're following right now. But then we're also looking into this one in Ybor City that happened over the weekend. Just awful, you guys. If you've ever been to Ybor City, I love it there. You've got the Columbia. You've got all these great little restaurants. This is sort of like this is somewhere you go like to get yourself like a kind of a Cuban cigar because you can't buy Cubans. But, there's like a whole cigar making factory in Ybor City. It's a beautiful little area of Tampa. And there was this shooting that happened about 3 o'clock in the morning, Saturday going into Sunday morning. We've got 16 injuries. We've got a 14-year-old who was killed, a 22-year-old who was killed. There is one person in custody for this, but they're still thinking that there are a couple other people who might be responsible. So they're still looking into that. But
he's a minor too, isn't he?
An awful story.
The person in custody is a minor, I believe, right?
22.
Oh, is he 22? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're all younger. And the other thing that I noticed was one of the victims who died in the shooting, and just senseless stuff. It's just like a group of people fighting with each other, and then they take it to guns. One of the kids who died, they were talking to his father, and he said, I lost another son to gun violence. He had another son who died from being shot in a story similar to this.
Jesus.
Can you imagine?
No.
Yeah, Sean. And that was the parent of the 14-year-old child. But again, this happened at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just a sad situation. We're still trying to figure out exactly if more people are going to be arrested. But when you hear that, a 14-year-old kid out at 3 o'clock in the morning,
right.
Gosh.
Yeah. It's scary.
Not a good situation.
We've just got to get away from this thing where fights like this, there's so many stories where a fight turns into just people shooting each other. And then you go, this kid is 22. You just ruin the whole life that was in front of you because you want to like alpha up and show somebody you're tougher than them and you're going to shoot at them. That's it's a waste.
It's awful.
Yeah.
We're also following this. Okay, you guys don't laugh at me. What's a hookah lounge? So we got a story about these 2 people arrested.
She said, don't laugh at her, and you're now backwards
laughing. I don't know what it is. I've never been to one. I know it's popular. It's hookah. And what is it?
It's smoking out of a pipe, like a shared pipe with a bunch of people.
You know what Alice in Wonderland? Alice in Wonderland, the cat had the thing he was smoking.
The caterpillar.
Yeah.
Was it a caterpillar? Oops.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's tobacco, flavored tobacco. It has hoses that come out of it. It's very popular. And
if we were doing it, Sabrina, Josh, and I would be around like one big thing, and there would be hoses coming off when we each have a hose that you could smoke from. And I think you just smoke like tobacco and stuff from it. I mean, you
My
can smoke
grandpa
other
used to
stuff.
smoke a pipe, so it's kind of like that, but a little fancier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
The way you
Okay,
said
gotcha.
it sounded like a whole different thing, though.
I was trying to be
Island
careful.
special.
Every time I had to say it this morning, I was trying to be really careful about my pronunciation.
Yeah, hookah lounge is sounds a little more black market under the radar.
Okay. Yeah, I messed
So what
that up.
happened with the
All
hookah
right,
lounge?
Hookah. What's that?
What happened at the
Oh, I
hookah
never got
lounge?
to the point of what happened, right? It was they arrested a couple people. There was a shooting right outside of this hookah lounge in Orlando. So we're still working on the later more details on that one. But a 24-year-old and a 23-year-old arrested in that case. So
Man, what a weekend. And there's a
I
lot
know.
of people
And then-
downtown,
Did
too.
you guys see this story at Daytona International Speedway?
No.
There was an accident over the weekend, and we're still looking at this today too, where, sometimes they'll rent the track out to private groups so they can do like tests or whatever on the track.
Oh, really?
And so they rented the track out this weekend to this group, and there was a fatal crash.
Oh, my God.
So we are still trying to get a little bit more info about exactly what happened there, because it happened on Saturday night. One person killed, one person was injured. So let's see, on track is, and I'm trying to get a little more information from you guys about who rented it. Let's see.
So I didn't even know they could do that. You're saying that people or companies, corporations can come in and actually rent the whole racetrack.
I guess so. Yeah. So the incident occurred during an Audi club rental session. Still not a clear picture about what led up to the incident or the injuries of the driver. But again, one person was killed. We can confirm the death of the driver was transported to a local hospital after an incident during International GT practice session at Daytona International Speedway. A second driver involved was also transported to a local hospital.
Jeez.
So we're still trying to figure out what happened. I don't know if there's video. I imagine, I would think somebody would have been videotaping. So we're sort of just waiting for all that to come out.
Well, one thing that's kind of strange here is when you have the actual race cars out on the track, those cars have so much safety equipment built into them. And if they were just driving sort of more, regular cars, for lack of a better word, but just like consumer cars, the cars that we all drive, and then you get into an accident similar to that, I could see how that would, end up this way. But I've never even heard of that happening before.
Well, do you guys remember, and it's been a few years, that they had, it was kind of like a Richard Petty type driving experience down at Disney. Remember that when they had that down there? And then there was an instructor who was riding with someone, and the guy who he was riding with crashed into a barrier, and the instructor was killed.
Is that why they stopped doing that?
I don't know if that was the reason, but I mean, it didn't stay open. I don't know if I don't even know if it ever reopened after that.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember. I have to go back and 20 years here. It's like all the stories I feel like sometimes run together, but I have to go back and look. I don't think it reopened after that crash happened.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you on sometimes we get stories. I'm sure you get this all the time, Amy, and you're like, have we done almost this exact story before?
Yeah,
and
I know.
Just because so many things are on your plate every single day, and you and the crew going over these stories and telling everybody, you're sort of the conduit to get the news and then tell it to the people who are waking up, getting ready to start their day. And how often when you go out, do people come up and talk to you, or are people more... Are they more scared or nervous or whatever? Or how was it with interactions with people?
It's, what's funny? This actually happened to me a couple times this weekend. It's that, who you look like? You look like that girl on the news. And then in my head, I have to say, okay, am I going to tell them that it is me? Or am I going to be like, I get that all the time, and then keep walking? You know what I mean?
You have to decide how much of your time you want to dedicate to this interaction, this person.
Well, it is funny because then I'll say, yes, my name is Amy. Nice to meet you. And then they go, Amy Sweezy?
Oh.
That's the other.
Amy Sweezy probably gets into the other direction, I bet, too. Back and forth. You
funny.
are the best of the best, and everybody should be starting their day with a consummate professional and an amazing person, Amy Kaufeld.
I do. I'll tell you that
We
much.
appreciate you, and there she is.
Love you,
Amy
Amy.
Love you
Kaufeld,
guys.
Fox 35.
Tell C-Lane congratulations, please, when
We
you
will.
talk to him.
Yeah, we will. He's like really launched into the whole world of fatherhood right now.
So exciting.
And
so happy.
We had to
He's
find
got-
out from a third party. He didn't even text us first.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we did.
That's probably still dicey territory for us. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Amy, we'll see you next week.
Love you guys. Bye.
There she goes, the fantastic Amy Kaufeld. And we always love talking with her and getting all caught caught up on what's happening, make sure you're going to the website, fox35orlando.com, if you're here in Orlando or anywhere else. I would encourage you, make this one of the sites that you use to just see what's happening in the world.
They put my segment up on the website. Yeah, it's a good one.
Nice.
I was on GDO last week, and we had some laughs. I think I may have said something a little bit inappropriate, but hopefully they'll ask me back. Amy's still on, isn't she?
Well, everybody go check that out at fox35orlando.com. All right, back in just a moment. We got an email to get to, and then super commuting seems like an absolute nightmare, but I guess people are doing this. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Slowdown on eastbound I-4 at US 92 due to an earlier vehicle fire there blocking the left lane and shoulder. Also, 2 right lanes blocked on OBT northbound south of 29th Street. This is right around 37th Street with authorities on the scene. And we have an FHP on the scene on the beach line westbound right around exit 1 International Drive with a disabled vehicle, center lane blocked. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World Jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Now you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Selling your car doesn't have to be difficult. This is easy. Do you want the most money for your vehicle? Of course you do. And a hassle-free process? That's GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and thousands of online reviews. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
When the going gets tough, Ram trucks keep you going. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Power Days. Ram, built to serve. During Ram Power Days, current vehicle owners or lessees get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level B package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery from dealer stock by 10/31.
Bank of America is the proud employer of over 210,000 teammates who go above and beyond to support their clients' financial goals. Like Emily, who helps clients create a plan to build the future they want, like a wedding, having kids, or retirement. All real achievements her clients have shared photos of. For all your financial goals, we're here to listen and help. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/about. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich. Back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade. A refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverages artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
Support Pink at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. For breast cancer awareness, we're donating $25 for every new Nissan sold this month. Plus, buy today and pay 6 months later. And 0% APR financing is here for a limited time. At Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
FAS Windows and Doors is the company to use to make your house feel better and look better. You know what they can do? Get rid of those single-pane aluminum frame windows and get you double-insulated vinyl windows. That'll save you money, make your AC work less, make your house look better and feel better. And I tell you, man, they can do it for you fast. Their showroom, easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4, slide in, pick out the windows that you love, have them installed by their pros, and your house will never, ever be the same. And they can even do that for you in the door as well. Book your consultation today easily at FASWD.com.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. That's 800-915-8941.
13 Days of Halloween Penance. Season 4 of the award-winning horror fiction podcast presented in immersive 3D audio.
If I am under arrest, you have to tell me what I'm charged with.
Starring Natalie Morales of Parks and Recreation and Dead to Me.
Please, there's been some kind of mistake. I'm not supposed to be here.
How do you know?
I'm innocent.
Are any of us truly innocent?
Premiering October 19th, ending Halloween. Listen to 13 Days of Halloween on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we've represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Set up a consultation and take the first step.
Office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
After a big dinner, my nighttime heartburn would keep me up. I'd be taking antacid after antacid all night long. But then I tried Prilosec OTC. Just one pill a day blocks my frequent heartburn for a full 24 hours, giving me one-and-done heartburn relief. Without heartburn keeping me up, I could have a restful night's sleep.
Prilosec OTC. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
West 2 News at 7 p.m. Local, live, late breaking.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. CASH. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Stunned. I am shocked. I can't believe it. No one could have ever seen this coming. This is just shocking, baffling news to hear. Mike Pence has dropped out of the presidential race. I know. I can't believe it.
Oh, mommy.
Can't believe he didn't get any traction out there, and he has dropped out of the presidential race. Nobody was really talking about him. I don't think the Trump people really like Mike Pence very much.
Not since January 6th.
Yeah, I think that was maybe a turning point in their relationship. I don't think anybody else seems to really be super into Mike Pence. And Mike Pence said, enough's enough. I'm out of the race. This is him.
I just couldn't sit this one out.
You gonna
but
cry?
The Bible tells us that there's a time for every purpose under heaven.
Which psalm was
Traveling
that?
across the country over the past 6 months, I came here to say it's become clear to me.
It's weird.
This is not my time.
Oh.
Wait, tell me the audience. Audience like, what?
What did you think you were there for, audience?
What? No, this guy with the personality of old cottage cheese was my guy.
I don't even think
How
there's
many
a lot of
women
people
were
in the room. 0. He was not super popular among the Republican candidates, and it's kind of shifting around over there. I think Nikki Haley has been getting more attention as of late. Vivek Ramaswamy guy just talked long enough so that people started going, wait, what the hell are you talking about? And he fell off a little bit. And there hasn't been a debate in a little while, so I wasn't expecting this, but Mike Pence is like, look, we're bankrupt over here. Nobody's donating any funds to the campaign. We're out. We got to get rid of it. Big House on YouTube says this guy is a bore fest. He really is. There's something about his delivery.
Much prayer and deliberation, I have decided to suspend my campaign for president effective today.
What?
Now, I'm leading this campaign, but let me promise you, I will never leave the fight for conservative values, and I will never stop fighting to elect principled Republican leaders to every office in the land.
Why do they do that with political speak? I hate that.
Because they want everyone to maybe repeat it in a chant style after I'm done with the sentence.
They think that they're going to get building applause, and they start talking like that. And then if there's not enough people to have a big applause line because Mike Pence is just floundering, which is why he dropped out of the thing to begin with.
Still dealing with the aftershock of him dropping out of the race.
It's true. It takes a while for that to sink in.
Very emotional in that room.
And I really thought he could do it.
Please
but
clap.
Nope. Mike Pence is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. Let's talk about driving to work real quick, because some of you people are out of your mind. What is the commute time for you, Sabrina, to Maitland HQ, to iHeartRadio HQ, and or from your house to work?
Anywhere between 15 and 18 minutes.
Okay.
Unless
so
I'm
not
running
too
late,
bad.
then
Not
10.
There's a lot of people recently who have taken to doing what they're called super commuting, which is insane to me. I would never, ever do this. But hit us up on chat and dispatch if you've got like an absurdly long commute to work and you're one of these people. Business Insider had a story, and it says, in America, the average commute to work takes 26 minutes. So you're under the average there, Sabrina. And they say Lee Robinson's is 17 times that.
Wow.
To get to the office, Robinson gets up at 5 in the morning, drives to the airport near his home in Des Moines, Iowa, whips through security, hops on a 6 a.m. flight to Denver, waits for his connection at the airport, boards a second flight to San Francisco, and takes an Uber to the city's financial district where
Does
he works
he have to do that? There's no remote options? That's ridiculous.
Door to door, the trip takes 7.5 hours on a good day. This is how this guy gets to work. He's hopping flights. He can't even get a direct connection.
He does this every day?
It says to get to the office. He doesn't do it 5 days a week.
Oh, thank God.
He's expected to show up to the office once or twice a month, mostly to attend executive meetings. When he stays at a Hilton near the office for a night or three, then he commutes back to Iowa, where he grew up, to be close with his family and friends. That is an insane commute. Now, of course, this is not a daily commute. This is a every so often I got to do. But still wild to have it for that long.
It is, but like there's a lot of people that do that. He just felt the need to make a Facebook post about it.
I guess so. Or they went around and they were trying to find people who are living this life where they drive so much further. And I've talked about my dad when we were growing up, and he had like 45 minutes to an hour or so of a commute. And we've talked about people in California who just have insanely long times of just sitting there in their car in traffic, which to me is one of the things on the list of things I hate is way up there. It just feels like such wasted time. You're just sitting there. It makes me wish that Teslas and autopilot were way further so I could do something productive with that time and I didn't have to sit there and drive, hit the brake, hit the gas, do all those things. There's these super commutes that people are taking on, and they say they average at least 3 hours traveling to and from the office each day, and they're reshaping the geography of American work. The winners will be the big cities that best accommodate the needs of jet setters when they're at the office and the quieter locales that cater to the lifestyles they have when they're at home. The losers will be mid-tier cities like Cleveland and Syracuse. Shots fired at Cleveland and Syracuse.
Take that.
Sorry, Cleveland.
They said they've long served as regional hubs for large employers, and that seems to be changing. That's a long commute. Todd on YouTube says, I work at Walt Disney World.
Cool,
my
Todd.
My afternoon commute is 1 hour, and when my shift is over at midnight, it takes me about 50 minutes. Yeah, who was I talking about? I was talking about this the other day with somebody.
Mickey Mouse.
And it wasn't Mickey Mouse.
Boy.
But we were saying, like, if Sabrina leaves iHeart in Maitland at, let's say, 3:30 or 4 o'clock, that is, well, not 4 is cutting it close. If you leave at one time, you could get home in 15 minutes or 18 minutes. If you leave like 30 minutes later, it's an hour because the traffic has built up and everybody's on the interstate.
That's why I'm very, very thankful for the express lanes. They have,
that's true.
Even if I leave right after the show, I could, if I'm not on the express lane, I would still be stuck in traffic. It builds up like right around like the Amway 408 section, and then when you're getting like onto the I-4 part where you're headed to the theme parks, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, and then you're just sitting there doing nothing. You go, damn it, I wish I could have just left a little bit earlier so I wouldn't have to deal with this. Let's go to a couple of dispatches and see what you got going on. Okie Afterbirth joins us. What a name. And it's some info on that racing crash, I guess?
Hey, guys. Info for you on the car crash over the weekend. So I actually do race car instruction, so teaching normal people how to drive race cars, drive their cars, anything in between on racetracks like this. It's a pretty big thing. You can do pretty much anything from normal daily cars on the racetrack, learning how to control them, all the way up to people driving like open wheel, purpose-built race cars and whatnot. So this is just one of the clubs that typically rents out these tracks like this.
It must be expensive to rent out a racetrack. I would just feel like the price tag on that would be enormous. I guess but they probably get like a huge group of people together to go in on that.
Unfortunately, what happened was the driver that died had actually stepped out of his car to check a flat tire.
Oh no!
And then he was actually struck by another car on track.
Oh, damn.
One of the things we teach is to not actually exit your car while on track. It's pretty dangerous, obviously. But yeah, it's a really, really fun hobby sport, but also quite dangerous. If you guys have any other questions about racing and stuff, let me know. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate the dispatch. We're going to do one more. Here's Guitar Slinger. Then we're going to figure out what's happening on the next episode.
Is it just me, or does that robot AI dog sound like Jarvis, the computer assistant for Tony Stark's Iron Man? Sounds a lot like Jarvis to me.
Is Jarvis British? I don't remember.
Yeah, he's like, I'm your Iron Man suit, Mr. Stark.
I thought that was Rocky Balboa for a second.
It was a little Rocky Balboa.
It took me a second to find it.
He was looking for the lane there for a moment. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? So no one told you, conspiracy theorists, were gonna be this way. Also, the old thank you, Josh. The old Taylor can't come to the phone right now, but the new Taylor can now buy everyone in a small country a brand new car. Plus, a new celebrity auction has all wealthy buyers' eyes on Tupac's prison ID. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
A big piece of earwax randomly doesn't come out in a quarterly in a year or something like that, where you're just like, whoa.
That's just gross, man.
Yeah, I'm playing around, man. Check the text.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Monday, everyone. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today soaring to the mid-80s. Passing clouds will be a possibility, but skies do remain dry. Overnight lows tonight, another round of the 60s. And for the trick-or-treaters on Tuesday, it is going to be pretty comfortable in the low 80s to start and then dipping into the 70s by your 9, 10 o'clock hour. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Temperatures getting low, but demand remaining high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Mortgage brokers are better, my friends. Why? Well, they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks that are competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like that mortgage guy, Don. And that mortgage guy, Don, is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. Now, the process of shopping for a mortgage sometimes can't be very easy. It's complicated and confusing, but not when it comes to that mortgage guy, Don, and that beautiful website, thatmortgageguydon.com. You get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, but you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with that mortgage guy, Don. You want to see a difference? Go to the website right now, thatmortgageguydon.com, and compare your quote today or get a free analysis of your existing quote. Apply now, plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times. From Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I'm about to tell you a secret that'll make the insurance companies madder than a wet hen. Major insurance companies use a software called Colossus to tell them what the firm you hire is likely to settle your case for. Google it yourself. They know which law firms can lowball and take the last best offer, not us. Google our firm and see billions recovered from those very same insurance companies. They know who we are, and now you know it too. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want to share special thank you messages this Veterans Day. And who better to hear them from than your friends and family?
Happy Veterans Day to my husband, Timothy Golden. We are so proud of you.
I'd like to shout out Brendan Barrett, who served as an infantryman in the U.S. Army.
Sending a happy Veterans Day shout out to my amazing husband, Shane Dixon.
And from all of us here, happy Veterans Day. Use hashtag Gratitude Mission to thank a veteran and honor their service. Your service inspires ours. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Wawa has pizza. Wawa has pizza. It's freshly made, tastes great, and you can get it late. Right now, there's a $0 delivery fee when you order Wawa Pizza at Wawa.com or on the Wawa app. gotta have a Wawa.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
At SimpliSafe, our 24/7 lifeguard protection helps stop crime in real time. Because during a break-in, every second counts. And these days, every dollar counts. Right now, get 45% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. It's U.S. News and World Report's best home security of 2023. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
In just a moment, all things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And friend, oh, I forgot to tell everybody, you can still get the shirt. There's a handful left, and you could get them over at getskywall.com, but that's going to shut down when the show ends today. So you might want to scoop those up right now. As a matter of fact, I totally forgot about this. I haven't really been promoting these as much as I normally do. So go get the final shirts right now over at getskywall.com, or you can get the link on top of the newsjunkie.com. Each one comes with a magnet for Game of Magnets and a sticker, and those are only up until the end of the show today, so act fast at getskywall.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I want a chocolate girlfriend.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
I don't know what that was about, man. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not going to lie to you. I just found a whole bunch of old clips in a different folder on the HQ machine. So get ready. It's going to be a fun week for everybody.
Smoke weed every day. Hold up.
That's right. It is the next episode, and that next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguydawn.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show. Refinancing, buying your first dream home. Perhaps you have a quote, and it's time for you to compare it. Do it with That Mortgage Guy Don today.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
It was 53 years ago, 1970. The lead singer of this group right here, I'll take the group, or the guy's name?
Jim Morrison.
We're going to have to split that point, boys.
All right. Oh.
But it was 53 years ago, 1970. On this day, that Jim Morrison was sentenced to 6 months of hard labor and fined 500 buckaroos for getting neuteroo, also known as indecent exposure, and using profanity at a concert in Miami.
No.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Jim's lawyers appealed the sentence, and Morrison died from a massive overdose of black tar heroin before the legal problems could get worked out. So
that's one way to do it.
He did not pay the Pied Piper. He just smoked heroin out of the pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right, you guys?
Don't want to do that. It's bad for you, kids.
You also don't want to take an intermission without permission, because now we have some independent theaters that are in big, big trouble for doing just that. And I can't even tell you guys how they got in trouble without playing You're in Trouble.
I saw this. I didn't know this was a thing that you would actually get in trouble for, but I guess it is.
Have to ask permission. But yeah, some independent theaters, they got in trouble for having an intermission break for the screenings of Killers of the Flower Moon, which is also Killers of Your Day, because that movie is 3 hours and 25 minutes long. Mm-hmm. Before it came out, we were even talking about it. Like, do they have an intermission? How are you supposed to watch that the entirety without having to go pee-pee, perhaps a poo-poo?
And so what do they do?
take a
They
drink.
just put like a message up on the screen and they go, hey, go out to the lobby, go to the bathroom, come
They
back in
have, like,
5 minutes.
old school popcorn that runs to the bathroom. Yeah.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Right. Yeah, they're all dancing and on the animation thing on the screen, and then people come back after it, but you're
Yeah.
not supposed to do that.
Studio representatives contacted one of the theaters that did it and said they violated their licensing agreement. An anonymous theater employee says that they did an 8-minute break and it was a hit. We are going to keep doing it moving forward with longer movies, but it doesn't seem like it's an option now. So it begs the question, with movies getting longer and longer, should they have intermission breaks? Here's the thing. This is how we get the studios to agree to it. Start making the pee-pees right there on the seats.
Yeah, if you do that as a protest, that's a very dedicated protest, but it would
They'll have
probably
no other
be
choice.
successful.
Or just give out diapers. I have no idea, but
I was gonna
I'm going
say,
to wait till that movie comes out on demand.
I was going to say, how can you punish the theaters? But I guess they could just not give them their movies to show if
And-
they're going to put an intermission in.
And it's independent theaters, too, which I imagine bank on big movies like that.
Oh, yeah.
So we shall see. Regardless of how you feel about Gwyneth Paltrow, it's very clear for the last few years that she says whatever comes to her head and puts it on paper or perhaps in her social medias. She did a tribute, of course, to the late and the great Matthew Perry after he passed away this weekend. Following the tragic passing of Matthew Perry, former Friends star over the weekend took to Instagram to share a very touching remembrance of him and then casually mentioned that they hooked up one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it goes a little something like this. Yeah, when Brad Pitt's like, "What's in the box?" Turns out it was Matthew Perry. To be clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with her deciding to kiss and tell. At least that's my opinion. I'll read it to you guys, and you tell me if maybe it was inappropriate. It goes a little something like this. I added the porny music. I met Matthew Perry in 1993 at the Williamstown Theater Festival in Massachusetts. We were both there for most of the summer doing plays. He was so funny and so sweet and so much fun to be with. We drove out to swim in creeks, had beers in the local college bar, kissed in a field of long grass. It was a magical summer, she posted on Sunday. The ending of her caption was very poignant. She shared her hope that Perry has found the peace he was so clearly always looking for. He had shot the pilot of Friends, but it had not aired yet. He was nervous, hoping his big break was just around the corner, and it was.
Yeah, it was.
What? Oh,
no,
for
I mean,
Friends,
it was. They ended up just like absolutely slaughtering it with that.
$1 million an episode. At one point.
We stayed friends for a while until we drifted apart. I was always happy to see him when I did. I am super sad today. So many of us are. I hope Matthew is at peace. At long last, I really do. Now, hopefully he is at peace, but with all of the celebrity deaths in the last few years, it comes with opponents and conspiracy theorists and complete and utter assholes. So guess what? The first thing that came up when they announced he had passed away suddenly.
COVID vaccine.
You believe it. Better believe it, as a matter of fact.
I do believe it.
You believe it. Opponents of the COVID-19 vaccine did not hesitate to baselessly draw a connection between the death of Matthew Perry and the vaccine for the COVID shot. They say the 54-year-old actor found dead over the weekend, of course, the parent drowning in a jacuzzi. And Perry was also known for using his star power in the last few years to urge people to get vaccinated for COVID. And, of course, when the news broke, a lot of numerous right-wing observers got on X, or Twitter, the artist formerly known, and strongly insinuated that the vaccine had killed him. And it goes a little something like this. We have one person, Candace Taylor. Not a conspiracy when it is the truth, all caps. Correlation doesn't lie. That's what all research does to find significance. Stop being offended and get on your knees and pray for healing.
Whoa.
Yeah, because find Jesus. He paid for all sickness. Healing is in him. Okay?
I love how you could look at this and like your brain would go anywhere near the vaccine. Did it?
And then
imagine,
immediately go on the internet and like give your take on it.
Are there any like cops or investigators that are also COVID vaccine conspiracy theorists? Like where they go to the scene of a murder, and one of them would be like, I think he may have been a drug overdose. The other one was like, it could have been a heart issue, and then he went under the water. And the other one's like, it's a vaccine, man. I'll tell you that's what it was.
Like, damn it, John. All your reports say at the end of it, I think it's the vaccine.
Right,
But,
yeah.
The DNA says
I'm just
otherwise.
saying.
Wonder if it's a COVID vaccine related. He often talked about how he was proud to be extremely vaccinated, safe and effective. Yeah, right. Now, Rolling Stone also noted that Perry's Wikipedia page was edited to say it is unclear whether the drowning was due to complications from the COVID-19 vaccine.
Oh, God.
That edit has since been deleted. Goldie Hawn is making news. She has claimed that she's been touched not by an angel, but by an alien.
Another one of these celebrities.
Yeah. You better... What was the phrase I just made up?
You believe it.
You believe it. She's 77 years old, and she claimed that an alien once touched her face, revealing it felt like the finger of God, which I thought was tornadoes or twisters. But I guess it's also aliens, too. You guys remember the movie?
Yeah.
Twister?
Yeah.
It's like the finger of God.
I understand, yeah. I'm waiting to hear more so I could see if that's what she was kind of referring to. How did this go?
She spoke about it during a recent appearance on Apple Fitness's audio show. What a perfect place.
Awesome. Who wasn't listening to that?
She detailed a longtime desire to come face to face with an alien, a wish she said was granted more than 5 decades ago. Called how bizarre the creatures with triangle-shaped heads, no ears, a slash for a mouth, surrounded her while she was preparing to take a nap in a friend's car.
Mm-hmm. That's when they do it.
As one does. She yelled up to the sky. She wanted to meet an alien, and boom, alien was there to meet her. She claimed the alien touched her face and that it felt like the finger of God. She remembers it so clearly. She went outside, sat on a little ledge, looked up to the sky, saw all the stars, and says, how far does this go? How little are we? I wonder if I'm on acid right now.
Right.
Man.
It does sound like an acid conversation or like really stoned.
Mushrooms, at least.
High-pitched sound in her ear, suddenly became unable to move before 3 strange life forms appeared in front of her. They were silver in color, the slash for the mouth, tiny little nose, no ears at all. So I don't know if they actually heard her screaming that she wanted to meet an alien.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, she was paralyzed. She said, oh, my God, I want to get up. Didn't know if it was real. One of them touched her face, and she felt she was filled with light and love. Felt like the finger of God.
I believe her. I think it happened.
Me too.
It sounds legit, so we can write that down as first contact, and we'll just have to wait and see what else we learn about these aliens.
Yep, and if you want to wait until then, you have a chance to get this guy's prison ID.
Tupac!
Tupac is right. And 2 infamous pieces of his past now have a big old price tag attached to them. And someone with a lot of money could have it in their wallet, perhaps framed in their home. Big sales going down at momentsintime.com. One of the items is an unseen booking photo from when he served time. Excuse me, I'm about to get my cough on.
Moments in Time. I figured you'd turn off her microphone.
Hello?
Is Moments in Time, is that company Moments in Time, do they come up in a lot of these celebrity auctions? Okay, so they're a big outlet.
And like rockandrollsomething.com also gets a bunch of them. So they have this unseen booking photo from when he served time in Clinton Correctional Facility in 1995. And I would say go to the website, but the booking photo is unseen. Are they going to... You'll have to go to the website and actually bid in order to see the photo?
Maybe they don't want... Maybe they don't want there to be like a digital version of it out there.
Oh, they put a watermark on it.
Yeah, this person will have they're the only one who knows what it looks like.
You don't want it to be fungible.
Right.
So right now, lowest bid is how much money? Now, this is the unseen booking photo.
The lowest bid?
It's going for this much on the site, but it's an auction. So I imagine you can...
so like the entry level. $25,000.
That's a good guess.
$30,000.
Very close, and I will give it to you. $35,000 up on the site, which is...
I am the best.
Nothing compared to the incredibly rare prison ID. Now, this ID going for a whopping what, gentlemen? It's more than $35,000.
Okay, good start.
$60,000.
That's a guess.
It's not a good one.
120,000.
That is also a guess. Sean, you are closer, $75,000.
Damn it.
He actually, the one he got as a replacement after losing his OG card and I guess an inmate's butt.
Okay, well, that happens from time to time.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So he also got the request for the replacement with his signature on it and a note that simply reads, "I lost my ID. I need a new one. Thank you." So boom. The auction is currently live. It was not too long ago that the first prison ID was auctioned off, and that went for $30,000 after an opening bid of $2,000. So I think Moments in Time learned their lesson, and they're like, boom, we're going to make even more money.
Must be nice.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm going to save my ID just in case one of these days someone wants to sell it for charity or something. Just a little bit about me.
Thanks for that tidbit.
I want to believe. Finally, speaking of money, this gal officially has a whole bunch of it.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is right, and Taylor Swift is now a billionaire. Not having a bad year at all. According to Bloomberg Billionaires Index, the BBI as we call it in the industry, Taylor's net worth is now $1.1 billion. Thanks to the record-breaking Eras Tour, which isn't even over yet. She kicks off the international leg a week from Thursday in Argentina. And that explains why she wasn't at the big sports game yesterday with the Chiefs and the Broncos.
Damn.
The latest release, 1989 Taylor's Version, broke a Spotify record that was previously held by one of her other albums, Midnights. And she's one of the few entertainers to reach billionaire status on the basis of her music and her performances alone. She is now amongst the ranks of Rihanna, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, but unfortunately unavailable to comment.
Why?
Because she's dead.
On the boob tube, we've got Game 3 of the World Series on Fox. We have Monday Night Football, the Lions and the Raiders, The Voice, Part 4 of the Battle Rounds, and you can catch Henry Winkler and Melissa Etheridge on Colbert from A to Gay.
Huh?
Follow your dream. Hey! Henry Winkler, and then Melissa Etheridge is gay.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Follow your dreams and me on Instagram because there's plenty more of where that came from. At Sabrina Ambra, and most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. You got to go see her costume from this weekend, which I think is up there somewhere
Big
on
hit.
the Instagram.
Dora
It's
the
good.
Hora.
When we come back, there are some big updates to this whole Maine shooter thing. The guy who shot up the bowling alley and the bar, and it's just making me scratch my head here. Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a little
Holiday magic.
is just minutes away, and brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We have an accident now on Goldenrod Road, northbound at Curry Ford Road, right lane blocked in that location. Also an accident with some road blockage on the Turnpike, northbound before State Road 60, with FHP on the scene there. And, of course, that construction entrance ramp partially closed now, I-4 westbound from Sand Lake Road. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Bet Online.
The last of the major sports leagues tips off this week, and Bet Online is your top spot for all your basketball action this season. With baseball postseason, football, and hockey in full swing, Bet Online is your #1 source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions. Bet Online, where the game starts.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Orlando Harley-Davidson. Visit OrlandoHarley.com.
Real Radio wants to provide you with a little holiday magic.
Holiday magic.
Holiday magic in the form of $1,000 13 times a day. Listen for the keyword to win $1,000 weekly from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do it on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer your phone from a number that you most likely will not recognize when they call back the winner, because that's how you get some
Holiday magic.
This Contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992 right here in Central Florida. Over 30 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier, factory authorized dealer, turn to the experts. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Do you want a hassle-free process? Of course you do. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the BBB. That's Better Business Bureau, baby, and thousands of online reviews. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Get the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
During Jeep Adventure Days, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Jeep Grand vehicles. 10 or 15% below MSRP, depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Jeep Gladiator, Grand Cherokee, Laredo, and Compass. Excludes Sport. 15% below excludes MSRP eligible vehicles include Jeep Renegade, Compass Latitude, Grand Cherokee L, excludes Laredo, and Grand Cherokee excludes 4xE and Laredo. Not compatible with lease offers except for Gladiator or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery from dealer stock by 1031. Jeep is a registered trademark.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best riders tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Raven, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, Circle K, and your local Ford dealer. Visit monsterjam.com today.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Once you get the meat and cheese for your sub freshly sliced right in front of you at Jersey Mike's, I'll tell you, there's no going back to anything else. That'd be like going back to dial-up internet. Am I connecting to space to order Jersey Mike's? Any day now. Okay, it's about to connect. Who picked up the phone? Nope. There's no going back once you see it freshly sliced at Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $29 billion were stolen last year alone. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call for everyone else. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock makes it easy to help protect yourself if you become a victim. A dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Join now and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com, promo code Clay.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mills Air is looking for experienced service techs. Nate certified is a plus, but not required. We have been in business for over 30 years right here in Central Florida. Great pay and benefits. Sign-on bonus depending on experience. Apply at millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. That's bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
ThenewsJunkie.com. And Daniel emails. Daniel says, Sean, I came across the show when it started on The Freak in Dallas and have become a huge fan listening to the podcast daily. And I think dry dogging pancakes is normal. I think your eyes and hands look to be normal size.
You wrote this?
I think peacocks suck. Your sports insights are great, and I'm willing to die on that cocaine hill with you, he says. With that being said, what? Where do you think he's going?
He's going to ask you to represent on Fritz on the Street.
With that being said, please pick me for Fritz on the Street. This puts me in a unique position to get my first magnet while C-Lane is out. Not too worried about the competition from Sabrina and Josh.
Wow.
Congrats to C-Lane on this new chapter in his life. Keep up the great work. Daniel, a.k.a. Cornhole Colonel. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you.
We are bringing that up. And a big thank you to everyone who came the Real Radio, I want to say this right, Real Radio, Halloween, Comedy Gambling Cruise, Victory Casino Cruise. I had one gal, super sweet, but I loved meeting everyone, of course. But it was one gal who asked me first to represent her on Friends on the Street.
Oh, yeah? So
I need her to reach out to me.
Oh, you forgot her name.
Yeah.
You got your own dirt bike guy situation.
Yep, you sure do.
We took a shot of Jameson, and by the way, we found out earlier this morning that during our cruise, there were 8 to 10 foot waves, and that is why everyone started to feel it a little bit. I didn't realize it was that rough.
Was it moving around quite a bit?
Oh, the moment I started my set, I saw everyone's faces turn real pale, especially Ross Padgett's. Buddy was dying.
Paler than normal.
Did he puke?
Oh, no, he was almost there. Like in the middle of his set, he goes, I think it would be great if everyone. It was a real fun time.
That's like comedy set on hard mode. Like, go, all right, here's what you're going to do. I need you to do a 15-minute comedy set. All right, fine. And I want you to do it in 8 to 10 foot waves. Okay. All right, here we go.
And a beautiful, brilliant part was the captain of the boat was in character the entire time as Dracula.
Yeah. Oh, really?
So all of the safety procedures were in Dracula's voice. He walked around like with the cape and It was just a beautiful weekend. I was
sounds
very
like a
pleased with all of
fun
it.
time.
I wonder if there was an emergency level where he would have dropped the vampire voice. If it would have got to a point of,
Mayday, Mayday.
No, he goes full tight. I will go down with my ship.
We're going to get to you and your dispatches in just a moment. Don't forget, we are looking at the window as it closes for this round of merch, the Fickle Beast X-Ray shirt and hoodie. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out at getskywall.com. There's only a handful left. Those are going to be the last ones. It'll be all sold out by the end of the show today. Thank you for everybody who put in their orders. To everybody else, thank you for right now making your way over to Get Skywall, GetSkywall.com, and scooping up these shirts. It's an awesome design. It's going to come out really great, and you'll have it very quickly. So if you want the shirt or the hoodie and your magnet and sticker that come along with it, so you can get in on Game of Magnets, go do that right now at getskywall.com. All right, before we go to those dispatches, been following the updates to this shooter in Maine who shot up a bowling alley, and like everything about the story was as bad as it could get. It was like bowling alley that was kids' night, cornhole tournament at a bar that was deaf night, because this guy had like hearing issues. And that played into what was going on here, because when he got fitted for his hearing aids, he said he started hearing voices, and he heard people talking trash about him, and he was being told by these voices to like shoot someplace up. And the more I learn about this, they found him dead, by the way, in a trailer that they had already searched 2 times. Didn't find him those times, but found him
in a trailer.
Yeah, found him in a trailer on this property. The 3rd time they looked, they didn't look good enough the other 2 times, and he was dead in there. He had taken his own life, which they imagined was going to be the outcome of this. But now they said police in Maine were alerted just last month to veiled threats by the U.S. Army reservist who would go on to carry out the worst mass shooting in the state's history, one of a string of missed red flags that preceded the massacre. 2 local law enforcement chiefs told the Associated Press that a statewide awareness alert was sent in mid-September to be on the lookout for Robert Card after the firearms instructor made threats against his base and fellow soldiers.
Is this not part of the formula?
One would think.
It's always afterwards, all the red flags that everyone missed, yet nothing changes.
And
we
they
just
said
get the update on the red flags after the next mass casualty.
And they said that the law enforcement officers who sent this alert out, they said they could have filed a report that would have made this so he couldn't have gotten a weapon afterwards. He got the weapon, I believe, the day after he was released from the mental facility that they put him in, because this was all going on. They said after stepped-up patrols of the base and a visit to Card's home, neither of which turned up any sign of him, they moved on. They said, we added extra patrols. We did that for about 2 weeks. The guy never showed up. And they said we couldn't locate him. I don't have any reports in front of me. Military officials declined to comment further about Card, specifically whether the threats relayed to the sheriff in September were the new ones or the same ones he had made during an Army Reserve training exercise in New York in July. So there may be 2 different threats before all of this. And despite this, he was not on the FBI's radar. They didn't have any tips about him, and they were not provided with or in possession of any information that would have prohibited him from a lawful firearm purchase. So there it was. Everything was right there. You know, all the information was out there. The guy's saying he's going to shoot someplace up. He's making threats. He's doing all of these things, and yet he's still able to purchase a firearm, and he's still able to carry out the attack that he wanted to do. Alicia said, I just read that he tried to buy a silencer not long before the shooting, and he was denied access because of his mental health history. That is true. I did read about that, the silencer, but I don't understand why he was able to get the gun if that was after his time in the psych ward. It's just, all of it is so frustrating, because clearly these things could be stopped. We have all the info, and then nobody does anything, and nobody stops it. The guy gets a gun and unfortunately ends these people's lives, and that's the reality of it, unfortunately. All right, let's go over to you. Let's see what's happening where you are, and let's get some dispatches worked in like this one. Tater Hog has a dispatch for Josh.
Oh, no.
What up, junkies? Happy Monday and the rest of the week. So, Josh, I got your back, bro.
Thank you.
People like Sean for whatever reason. People love Sabrina because, well, she's Sabrina, obviously.
This is awesome.
But, Josh, it's Tater Hog. Pick me, Fritz on the street. Oh. I have faith in you. Let's do this. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Tater Hog, I will consider your words.
They're coming out of the woodwork today. I like that. Big Al wants to talk about aliens.
I want to meet an alien. Where are you? Come down.
That's how you do it.
It worked for Goldie.
Oh, well.
He said it didn't work, but Big Al, you just got to keep trying. You can't just scream for the aliens once.
Yeah.
I want to meet an alien. Where are you?
You got to get it out there a couple of times, and then they'll come down and visit you just like they did.
Get caressed.
Here is, what else do we got? I want to go to, there's so many of these that we missed. Here's Guitar Slayer. Oh, no, here's Brandy with a dispatch about Britney Spears.
Hey, guys. Happy Monday through Sunday. So I purchased the Audible and I finished Britney Spears' book. A couple of things. First being Michelle Williams, I believe, was also chosen not because of her acting chops, because you can tell that you needed a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. But I think because she does sound a little bit like Britney Spears. That was interesting.
Does she?
And the way she read it was phenomenal. She did a great job. Second, you can fly through this book pretty quick. I got done with it in a few days. It was 5 hours. And on a side note, Jada Pinkett Smith's is over 14. I don't know why you need that much time riding on Will Smith's coattails. But anyway, so you can get through it pretty fast. And thirdly, I definitely need to disagree with you, Sean. I do not think that this was a ghostwritten book. I'm an avid reader. I've read ghostwritten books. Mm-hmm. If this was a ghostwriter, they deserve to be fired. I do think she worked very closely with an editor, but this was her voice 100%. Every single sentence, she would go off at random, which is what she tends to do on social media.
Like Instagram, yeah.
I can't even count how many times the word silly was used in the book. That would be a very interesting drinking game. You would be demolished after 2 chapters. This is Britney Spears. It read like a diary, and I do think that was the point.
It's one of her songs, I swear.
Yeah, no, not a ghostwriter at all. But anyway, that being said, very interesting read if you're interested at all in what she went through. Definitely pick it up. I definitely recommend it. It was fascinating, and Justin Timberlake might be in some trouble.
Oh yeah,
he turned off all his comments.
Yeah, I saw that. I guess like he's had to turn off his comments because people are piling on him, which I think is kind of weird. Imagine that somebody writes a book and people start getting mad at you for a relationship you were in like 20 years ago. Yeah. That'd be so weird. You'd be like, oh, wait, I don't even remember who I was at that point.
When you think, you don't even think about it anymore. Uh-huh. You're like, oh, that's so long ago. I passed it. And everyone's like, you son of a bitch.
They get renewed madness over this. Here's the reason why I said that, because there was a bunch of stories out, including this one. It says Britney Spears' memoir had the help of a ghostwriter. After years of being silenced, Britney Spears is releasing her side of the story in a groundbreaking memoir with the help of a ghostwriter named Sam Lansky.
Not a great ghost.
According to this. And yeah, I mean, maybe he did a lot of just recording her and then turning that into the words. Author and journalist Sam Lansky was chosen to help capture Britney's side of the story. Sam is the author of the novels blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Not much has been revealed about Britney's choice to use a ghostwriter, yada, yada, yada. So there was a couple of stories about how she was doing it that way, which is incredibly common. Well, this is how most celebrities do this. There's people who their entire job is that they write books for celebrities, and those celebrities don't have to sit down and spend all the time, or maybe they're not very good at getting that done to begin with.
Sweet gig.
Yeah, it is a sweet gig if you can get it. But I don't know if that's true or if it's not. Maybe he did it on purpose to sound like it was in Britney Spears' word or in her, her own words. One more real quick. Excuse me. I'm holding back a burp as hard as I possibly can on him. Okay. Here's AJ Soup with the dispatch.
I got some throw up in that.
Sorry.
Hey, junkies. It's AJ Soup.
Hey.
Sabrina, you did shots with us on the casino cruise on Saturday night, and it was an absolute amazing time. Everybody loved it. Your comedy was phenomenal. Your costume was phenomenal.
Thank you.
But I asked you to pick Chi-Town Shoe for Fritz on the Street because he is the one that kept feeding us shots all night. And it was a blast that you got to come over and take a shot with us. We had a great time. Thanks.
There she goes, AJ Soup. She's always nice. Gal. We appreciate your dispatch. I saw this, and it just made my blood boil. Sabrina is not going to like this news here.
Am I getting a little blood boil, too?
Well, I mean, I think you would if you lived in this neighborhood.
That sounds gross when you put it that way.
Get a little blood boiled too over here.
They said there's a popular neighborhood where people are very upset about a possible increase in their homeowners association fees.
Oh.
And in a place called Baldwin Park, which those of you here at the home base will know, they said their proposed monthly association fees are going to go up. Their homeowners association fees are going to go up 300%. Which
that's insane.
Starting at what number?
$1,000 per month. They're going to be paying more than $1,000 per month for the HOA fees. I have no idea. They said a group of neighbors even hired an attorney try to force the board of directors and the management company to open the books.
Get them.
And they were looking into this. They said right now they pay $424 or so a month. Or no, in 2022 they paid $424 a month. This year, they pay $758 per month. Next year, the proposal is $1,222 per month just for the HOA fees.
If you're on the board, do you pay the fees as well? Or do you get some sort of paycheck
I don't know.
On the board?
I don't know if people on those HOA boards
man.
get paid. That would make me so mad. $1,000 a month for your HOA fee? That seems incredibly high. I would be raging. I'd be showing up at stupid little meetings and stuff. Like I'd be showing up and, speaking out for the neighborhood or whatever. It would get me fired up. Eddie says, well, I can't say that. Don't worry about what he says. But Bland says the homeowners association system is more corrupt than U.S. politics. I don't know if that's possible, but I think that it's a real mess when you say we're going to jack this up 300%, over $1,000 a month on your HOA fees. Then you got to pay your mortgage or your rent, depending on what's going on there. Well, the renter would be in a different situation, be built into the rent payment. But you got to pay your mortgage payment after that, and then all the other things. And HOA is a lot. It's a lot if you're going to get up to $1,000. Jeremy, $1,000 a month in HOA fees. For that money, I better be getting a damn happy ending every day. No, that's not what you're going to be getting. The grass will be mowed in the common areas, and the paint will be painted when it needs to be.
And then you'll get fined if you mess up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll yell at you for everything you do wrong. When you get to that spot in your life, it's like, do I really own my house? Why did I purchase this house?
No, because they can put a lien on your house for having it painted wrong.
Right. If you choose the wrong color paint, if you try to do something that's not approved by the HOA board.
But where do they have that authority? Like, that just blows my mind that everyone just goes with it.
They give it to themselves. And it seems like the most unpopular thing ever. Why on earth would the HOA want to do that? Well, they just want to bring in more money, I would imagine. All of it is a nightmare for these poor folks. And if that hits you and you're in that neighborhood, send us a dispatch with your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, a very important lesson. Somebody who says they finally learned to do something for the first time at 26 years old. Took them until they were 26 to be able to do this. And a lot more people should be doing exactly what she did. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Accident on the Greenway northbound at County Road 46. Also an accident with partial road blockage at Popka Vineland Road south of Conroy Windermere Road. Police activity right now, I-4 westbound at Conroy Road blocking the right lane to the off-ramp. And a crash on State Road 50 west of Apopka Vineland Road in Orange County. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
now, you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
During Jeep Adventure Days, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Jeep Grand vehicles. 10 or 15% below MSRP, depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Jeep Gladiator, Grand Cherokee, Laredo, and Compass. Excludes Sport. 15% below excludes MSRP eligible vehicles include Jeep Renegade, Compass Latitude, Grand Cherokee Elf, excludes Laredo, and Grand Cherokee excludes 4xE and Laredo. Not compatible with lease offers except for Gladiator or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery from dealer stock by 1031. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Open enrollment is underway and Orlando Sentinel's Medicare Guide is now available. It's the resource that seniors count on to compare plans and make informed choices about their Medicare options. Access it now at orlandosentinel.com/Medicare.
It's Ice Spice season, and what are you waiting for? Dunkin' is entering the charts with a new hit, the Ice Spice Munchkins drink. This is the drink that everyone's been waiting for. Frozen coffee blended with pumpkins munchkins, plus caramel drizzle, whipped cream, and more caramel drizzle on top. Yes, please. Pop into your local Dunkin' or order on the app today. So it's time to get a head start on the Ice Spice season with the Ice Spice Munchkins drink. America runs on Munchkins?
Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
At Simply Safe, our 24/7 lifeguard protection helps stop crime in real time. Because during a break-in, every second counts. And these days, every dollar counts. Right now, get 45% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. It's U.S. News and World Report's Best Home Security of 2023. Advanced Home Security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Whoa, what happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
In 1800, Elma Sands is murdered, and her accused lover hires Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr as his defense. Through flashbacks and recreated testimony, Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands, True Story podcast, explores how this case impacted the sexist roots of today's justice system.
Can we make this simpler?
I don't need anything simplified, Mr. Hamilton. Thank you.
Listen to Erased, The Murder of Elma Sands on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. That's bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is so weird to me. I gotta get your take on this because when I saw this yesterday, I said, this is like the weirdest interaction I think I've ever seen in my life. We got jury duty coming up in just a bit, and this is your last opportunity as the window closes. The merch drop is ending, and you have a last moment here to grab your shirt or hoodie at getskywall.com. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, I think he was in China, I believe. And have you guys heard about this at all or seen this clip? Okay.
No.
It's all right. So he's over in China. He's doing like
It feels like the beginning
stuff.
of a joke for some reason.
It's like, okay, here's what I think we're going to see in this video. Have you ever been in a situation where you do something a little awkward and then you try to cover up the awkward and it makes it even more awkward?
All the time. That's my love language.
All right. Well, I'm going to put this up on See It Now for everybody so you can get the visual. But California Governor Gavin Newsom's playing basketball with these little Chinese kids, and he accidentally just bodies one of the kids they're playing basketball with. And then afterwards, he doesn't know what to do after he knocks the kid over. So here we go, ready? All right, spinning the ball on his finger. And just bodies the kid. And then look.
All the okay. So he spanks him.
He didn't know what to do when he knocked the kid down. So he started like rolling around on the ground with him and like tickling him
that
almost.
kid, man.
And then he like started like weirdly patting his ass or something. It is such a weird thing. And I know what he was doing was like, oh man, that's awkward. I just slammed into that kid and knocked him flat on his ass. What do? I got to try to be playful and fun now. And then that didn't really look any better. It was just all weird as hell.
Should have just been like, watch yourself, dude.
Uh-huh. This is how I play ball.
He's pretty good at basketball. Oh, except for that part.
He just takes the kid out.
The photographers,
spank
too.
my way out.
Yeah, spank my way out of this and roll him up. Look, I was still holding on to him.
Is he crying? Oh, this is weird.
The kid doesn't dare cry. He's like, you don't know what'll happen to me if I cry during this press conference here. Man, that was so strange. I'll put that up on See It Now over at thenewsjunkie.com. He just knocked him down and then just started like tickle monstering him or what, like just going after him. Very, very weird. But you should see that. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com in just a bit, and I'll get that up for you. I said that there's somebody who learned how to do something for the first time at 26 years old, and more people need to embrace this, all right? No matter who you are, you're listening to the sound of my voice, I think you need to stop being embarrassed, number one, because this is an embarrassing thing for some people. I don't think you should be embarrassed about it at all. And the second thing is, you got to do something about it. Don't go, I'm too old. I can't fix that now. I can't do that anymore. There's an article on Vice today. It's about a woman named Sonia. And she, for the first time, learned at 26 years old how to swim. And she like went up to, she had to enroll in like a swimming lesson instruction
with
thing.
all the kids?
And it's a bunch of little kids and her. It's like little tykes and this grown-ass woman at 26 years old. And she gets into the pool and goes through all the instructions. And at 26 years old, she learned to finally swim.
Good for her.
And I don't know why it's this way. I think you guys would probably agree. There's a weird thing where if people don't know how to swim as adults, they're embarrassed about it. And they think, oh, going to learn now is weird and I'm ashamed. I don't know why there'd be any shame.
No, it's fine. I taught a grown woman how to swim when I was an instructor.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, first of all, it's something that...
I just can't imagine you as a swim instructor.
Oh, I did a great job.
I just can't imagine being afraid to swim and living life, especially if you live in a state that's got oceanfront or a state that's got lakes and, different canals and stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
All these opportunities is what I mean for you to fall in the water where you could actually drown and die because you never learned how to swim. But that is a thing that unfortunately is pervasive in our culture in America. We need to make sure every last person, especially those in places where you're more likely to be encountering water or boats or et cetera, learns how to swim. It's not an expensive thing. It's not something that would cost everybody money. There should be free classes for absolutely anybody who would want to learn how to do this, and it would save a surprising number of lives. Every year I see stories, and it's like there was a 24-year-old, and she slipped and fell off the boat. They didn't realize she fell off, and she drowned because she never learned how to swim. There's so many of those stories, and you could still do it. Rachel says, just learned that one of my best friends can't swim. She's 45. Well, I mean, it's never too late. It is absolutely never too late.
Want me to teach her?
You got it? You still got it in you, think?
I'm not certified, if that's what you're
Are you
asking.
good? Are you a good swimmer?
Yeah.
Okay, I am.
I was a superstar.
Go in Sean's pool right now.
It's not a very...
All right, follow me with the camera.
You're not going to be able to get up to a high rate of swim speed in there. It's not going to work out for you.
Smash my head into the wall.
But I learned how to swim when I was very young, just like everybody else. Not like when you see the videos of the infants being tossed into the pool, which is hilarious.
Terrifying.
Just
Terrifying.
throwing
It's good,
little infants,
though.
just heartlessly tossing infants into the pool, and they're like, "Don't worry, they'll flip over."
There's
Eventually,
one lady who was like, all right, you ready to go? And then pulls down a beanie over the kid's face and shoves him in the pool.
Just
Like,
some of
it's
the
going
water.
to happen one day.
Why are we waterboarding,
I
child?
have no idea.
It's so against how you feel about children. You're like, you're supposed to do everything to protect a little kid, to make sure that, even if it's not your kid, if you looked and saw like a 2 or 3 year old walking alone, you'd go immediately focused on that kid. What's happening here? What can I do? And then in this case, you just pop them right in the pool and watch them struggle for a little while.
Go on.
And then figure it out. I learned how to swim with everybody else my age, and I can swim, right? Like in air quotes. I can swim good enough so I'd be fine. When I was in the Bahamas and I made the stupid decision because I was too cool for the flippers to, as I'm not putting those stupid things on. Dumbest mistake. I almost died, man. I was trying to swim against the current so hard, and I was like, I am not making any progress here. But I always feel like when I'm swimming, I feel like I'm not really going anywhere. Yeah, I don't know if you
I
get
don't
that.
know if you're really swimming, my guy.
Do you want me to teach you?
Maybe I need it. I'm doing the overhand stuff. I'm kicking my feet, and then I'll look up and I'll be like, man, I haven't gone that far. In the pool, I was like, my progress is not very significant. In my head, I'm like Michael Phelps in it. And I'm like, the wall is probably right in front of me right now.
You're a regular Ryan Lochte, is what they say.
Yeah, I've made it to the wall. I'm here already. And I look up and I go, I'm not even halfway across the pool yet. What's happening here? So I might need some refreshers. I might need to update that and see if I can get a little better at it. But it's super important that people not be embarrassed about that and go out and learn to swim. It's never, ever too late for any of that stuff. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break here, and when we come back, we got jury duty. I'm trying to keep it together. And in jury duty, we have some updates for you on a couple of things we've been following. Plus, some parents are in big trouble. Oh, God. They decided to do something for Halloween, and we just can't let this happen. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 104.1 on TikTok, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Miami got another big win over New England as Tua stays undefeated against Belichick, 6-0. Yesterday proved yet again Mac Jones isn't the only problem for the Pats. Hiring a real OC really hasn't helped, and their defense isn't good either. The Patriots lack a true identity. What do they do well? Seriously. Blame Mac Jones all you want, but he's nowhere near New England's biggest problem. I'm Colin Cowherd.
The brilliant EQE SUV from Mercedes-Benz, available with digital light technology. So smart, even the headlamps are thinking. The vehicle's all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQE-SUV.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich, back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade, a refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverages artificially flavored, participating U.S. locations.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TBC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando. Once you get your hot stuff freshly grilled right in front of you at Jersey Mike's, I'll tell you, there's no going back to anything else. That'd be like going back to calling your friend on their home phone.
Hello, McDougal residence.
Hi, can Jerry come to Jersey Mike's?
Jerry! May I ask who's calling?
It's Danny.
It's Donnie! Pick up the phone! Yoo-hoo!
You know what? I'll call him when the cell phone gets invented. Nope. There's no going back once you get it freshly grilled. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state. It's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now.
Inside the free iHeartRadio app. It's commercial-free Halloween radio. Plus dozens of other Halloween channels and playlists. Open the app and search Halloween. iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $29 billion were stolen last year alone. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call for everyone else. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock makes it easy to help protect yourself if you become a victim. A dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Join now and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com, promo code Clay.
Temperature is getting low, but demand remaining high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Call today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Jury duty in just a moment. I saw this story today, and I've never thought about how bad this actually is. It was a story about how the Santa Ana winds are hitting California today. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that before, but it's like a certain time of year, I think it gets really bad with these winds that they call the Santa Ana winds hitting Southern California. And this one is pretty rough. It said today on one place called Magic Mountain Truck Trail, wind is blowing at 104 miles per hour.
Jeez.
For the Santa Ana winds. These are the reasons why California has such problems with forest fires, because those winds, like, hit whatever's out there burning and fire it up. There's a place called Boney Mountain where the winds are up to 73 miles per hour.
I've been there before.
All of these ranches and canyons, they are very, very windy.
Is this like good for surfing though, or something like that?
I don't know, because
excited for that.
It might be. I don't know how that whole process works.
Sure,
but it's really bad. They said.
Oh, let me guess, you were a surf instructor too, Josh?
No.
Parts of Laguna Beach may have to shut off their power ahead of the high winds. Fire conditions and a fire alert was issued by the Los Angeles Fire Department due to high fire danger because of these Santa Ana winds. I never thought it got that bad. 100 and something mile an hour winds. You're basically dealing with a hurricane there, right? I mean, it's just not a hurricane. It's just actually a phenomenon, a weather phenomenon that they have to deal with all the time. These parents are getting a whole bunch of heat. Everybody's so mad. They're just incensed. Social media is melting down. For God's sake.
Y'all see this?
I don't really think they did anything wrong. I don't have any problem with this. A Utah couple sparked an online debate after introducing something they call the Switch Witch to their followers. You guys familiar?
I am not.
I've heard of it before. I still think it's relatively unpopular.
Is it like the elf on the shelf?
No.
Damn
It's kind of like that in a way. Because here's what the parents are doing. And not a lot of parents are doing this. That's what I mean by unpopular. I don't mean that people dislike it. I mean, just not a lot of people are involved in doing this so far. So your kid goes out, you give them the costume of their dreams, and your kid goes trick-or-treating for the night and goes around the neighborhood and collects as much candy as he possibly can. And when the kid comes back at the end of the night, you say, all right, let's look at the haul that you got. And you spread out all the candy that this kid has gotten in front of you, and you go, all right, you can pick out 3 or 4 things, maybe 5 things, and that's it. And so the kid goes, I want this one, I want this, and they pick out 5 pieces of candy that they get to keep. And then you have them put the rest of it in a bucket by the front door, and that's waiting for the Switch Witch. So the Switch Witch arrives in the middle of the night, and the Switch Witch takes all the extra candy that would have been too much sugar for this kid, and the Switch Witch leaves a toy behind in the place of the candy so that the kid doesn't eat too much sugar, but the kid still gets excited because they get a toy instead of the candy, and the Switch Witch pulls it all off, like the Tooth Fairy or something else like that. And people were pissed off about this, and they were like, this is a terrible thing you're doing. You're not teaching your kids anything by doing this. You're horrible parents. Let the kid have some candy, for God's sake. So all these things. And I'm like,
it's a little overboard.
Yeah, it's not really that bad. You're still letting your kid have some of the candy. It's not like the Jimmy Kimmel prank thing
It's
that
my
they would
favorite
do.
time of the year.
Where the parents just like
Freak
fake
out.
Yeah, and it's not like that. And they still get candy, but then they don't have like the giant. They don't eat all that candy, for God's sake. It's fine, but some people were against this. I don't understand the pushback. They said this is a great way to create a child with fear of a certain food and start them on a life of disordered eating habits.
How though?
What the hell? You know, whenever I hear
They're
stuff like
going to
that,
watch their parents eat all that candy. That's where they get the habits
yeah,
from.
they probably do keep it. Whenever I hear somebody say something like that, like this is a great way to create a child with a fear of certain food and start them on a life of disordered eating habits, it sounds to me like marijuana is the gateway drug. Like, you don't understand. If your kid does this, then at the end of the rainbow, your kid's going to be absolutely a messed up person.
All they're doing is bartering candy for a toy.
They still get a toy. They still get something cool. They
If
still
they
get
were
the candy.
if they were just taking the candy and giving nothing in return, then I might have an issue.
My parents, I remember, they didn't give me a toy, but they wouldn't let me have all the candy. If we went out, we would go out sometimes when we were 12 or so, and you'd go to as many houses as you can. We'd go to a place called La Matcha in Royal Palm Beach. And we would go, it's all like cul-de-sacs everywhere, you know?
Nice.
So there's so many houses in this neighborhood. You can keep going house, and everybody's participating and giving out candy. So we would bring like pillowcases.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you start to like fill the pillowcase up with candy, and that thing would be damn near half full at the end of the night. And my parents weren't going to let me have a half full pillowcase of candy.
I don't
wasn't
remember
getting
my
all
parents
that.
ever taking away candy, though.
Yeah, they didn't take it away from you?
And that explains my chubby ass in 8th grade. So
I don't know how most parents do it. You know, let us know with the dispatch. Bootsy Moonshine, rather, on Twitch says, my kid always forgets about the candy. We throw it away in February. Just put it away for a while. Abraham Dragonfriend says, I thought it was going to be the candy tax where the parents steal their kids' candy. I think every parent does that. I think every parent steals at least a little bit. Something
have
in there.
to.
Yeah, something in there that they like, that they absolutely want to take from that kid, and they're going to. It's just, that seemed to be normal when I was growing up, at least. I don't know. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record your first dispatch right now. Amy says, this is amazing. I love the idea. I think it's good. I think everybody wins. The parents win because the kid is not being super duper unhealthy and ruining their teeth. The kid wins because they get some delicious candy, their favorites, and they get a cool present. And who doesn't want that? That sounds like a win to me. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. 866-CALL-MO. That's the phone number. Very, very easy for you to dial up Moses and get the case started after an accident. Slip and fall, whatever happens to you, Mo is there to help. You can even text that number, I believe, 866-CALL-MO, and get things started that way if you're uncomfortable on the phone. A lot of people like that these days. And everything is available for you to learn even more about what happens after an accident on his website. It's really, really a good website. So go to justcallmo.com and you could check that out. All right. Only one thing to get into here in jury duty today because of time. And I want to tell you about something else in a moment. But they said, never seen an evil like that in my life. A man allegedly came out of nowhere to fatally stab a pediatrician just sitting at a picnic table with her dog.
Jesus.
And when you talk about just super random stuff, look at this guy. Every once in a while, you look at a mugshot and you go, not surprised.
Yeah, he looks like a stabby guy.
He does. This looks like a guy who would do something like this. I don't believe so. They said a 24-year-old man in Texas was arrested over the weekend for allegedly killing a 52-year-old pediatrician, stabbing the victim multiple times as she sat on top of a picnic table in the communal area right outside of her own apartment complex. So she's got an apartment, and outside there's like an area where people gather, and there's picnic tables and stuff. And she's just sitting up on top of the picnic table hanging out with her dog, and this weirdo freak comes over and starts stabbing her because he's crazy. Miles Joseph Friedrich was taken into custody and charged with 1 count of murder. They said upon arriving at the scene, first responders located an adult female, later identified as Khan, who was suffering from what appeared to be several stab wounds. Yeah, they said they don't believe that anybody or that he knew this woman. They don't believe that he also had a katana sword too, I guess, when the police showed up. So a lot going wrong here. Very, very strange, and all in broad daylight. So just freaks you out to know that there's some people like that out there. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, but before that, I got to warn you, the window is closing, and your opportunity to get your shirt over at getskywall.com is fading away.
I had no idea.
I've got it here in front of me. The Fickle Beast X-ray design is awesome. It's the first one we've ever done with a front-back design. It's got a little smaller design on the front and a larger graphic design on the back. It's super cool, done by our illustrator, Charlie Layton. He always does a good job. It comes with a magnet, which is a Treehouse of Horror Simpson-style magnet. With
Look at sweet Carl and those big-ass eyes.
We got our little dogs in front of us and in cartoon form, and it came out real great, too. So that's a good one for Game of Magnets. But the time is really ticking here, and we got to close this down very soon. Got just a little over an hour to go to getskywall.com and get your orders in now. And if you are interested in it, because the weather is about to be perfect for this, the hoodie is a must-get. It is fantastic. It looks good, and it's the perfect kind of hoodie for the weather we're about to see for like the next 3 months or so. So make your way over there while you can, support the show, and grab that merch at getskywall.com. When we return, a man was just trying to buy something when he got himself into a whole world of trouble. What was he trying to buy? You're not going to believe this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a little
Holiday magic.
is just minutes away, and brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Accident with some partial road blockage on Apopka Vineland Road south of Conroy Windermere at Torrey Pines Terrace. Also, the Florida Turnpike northbound before State Road 60. Some blockage there. Crash in Orange County, Goldenrod Road north of Hoffner Avenue. And State Road 50 west of Apopka Vineland Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Breeders' Cup World Championships. In just 4 days, the world's best thoroughbreds will break from the starting gate for the 40th running of the Breeders' Cup World Championships at Santa Anita Park. Tune into USA and NBC on Friday and Saturday to catch all the action.
West 2 News, now here for you at 7 p.m. Because breaking news doesn't wait for the right time.
News never stops.
And that's why our team keeps going. We're adding more coverage of what matters most to Central Florida. The big stories that will have you talking. An accurate forecast you can depend on. Stuart Moore, Michelle Imperato, Tony Manalfi. West 2 News at 7 p.m. Local, live, late breaking.
On the next Access Hollywood,
Meg Ryan's rom-com return, her first film in almost a decade. It's Kiss and Tell with David Duchovny.
Well, we did have the intimacy coach.
We did?
Then All Access with Ariana Madix, her mission for the Mirror Ball, the messy Vanderpump reunion.
Oh, it was awful.
And Finding New Love.
He's a real gem.
Where'd you meet him? Plus, meet Priscilla's breakout star celebrating Hollywood royalty on the big screen.
It almost felt like a real wedding.
Next Access Hollywood, tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
At Simply Safe, our 24/7 lifeguard protection helps stop crime in real time. Because during a break-in, every second counts. And these days, every dollar counts. Right now, get 45% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. It's U.S. News and World Report's Best Home Security of 2023. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier Factory Authorized Dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
When the going gets tough, Ram trucks keep you going. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Power Days. Ram, built to serve. During Ram Power Days, current vehicle owners or lessees get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level B package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery from dealer stock by 10/31.
Stella Atois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? Join the Stella team at Hangry Bison in Winter Garden this Friday, November 3rd from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you would have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Atois and chalice. Just snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner. And as always, let's start with a Stella.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Do you suffer from sinus infections or sinus headaches? You use nasal spray and antibiotics, but nothing works. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we have solutions. And with healthcare deductibles resetting soon, now's a great time to see if you're a candidate for a minimally invasive procedure called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine, no more pain, no more congestion. Set an appointment today with Aspire to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Did you know that the air inside your home could be making your family sick? Don't guess it, test it. Visit airqualityassessors.com and schedule an air quality assessment. Or call 844-CALL-AQA. That's 844-CALL-AQA. Don't guess it, test it.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
13 Days of Halloween Penance, Season 4 of the award-winning horror fiction podcast presented in immersive 3D audio.
If I am under arrest, you have to tell me what I'm charged with.
Starring Natalie Morales of Parks and Recreation and Dead to Me.
Please, there's been some kind of mistake. I'm not supposed to be here.
How do you know?
I'm innocent.
Are any of us truly innocent?
Premiering October 19th, ending Halloween. Listen to 13 Days of Halloween on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. WIN. That's win. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
brace yourself for a sports take from me that I'm sure will really cause some people to lose their minds. But I'm going to do it anyhow because I've been following a story out there, and I think this is so stupid that this is a big controversial thing. Maybe you sports holes, sports fans, whatever you want to be called, maybe you will chime in and tell me why I'm stupid or wrong about this. But I don't know that you can change my mind here. I'm open to it, but I don't know if you can. I think the controversy over stealing signs from other teams is stupid. I think these teams that get in trouble, like there's a big controversy right now about a famous coach named Jim Harbaugh. And he used to coach in the NFL, and now he coaches at Michigan. And he's been implicated in this massive sign-stealing operation that was headed by one of his staffers.
I thought that you were talking about, like, grabbing a physical sign after a fought game. That they went and grabbed, like, a sponsor and then took it back, and it was a whole back and forth.
No, like, imagine you're coach on Team A, and I'm coach on Team B. And Team B goes, oh, when Sabrina does this signal, this sign to the players, it means they're going to run this play. Or when Sabrina does this sign, they're going to run this play. And I think make it a little harder for people to figure out what your signs are, or to utilize the technology that most people have in sports like this. I think a lot of them are able to like speak with the quarterback or some other players while they're out there on the field. I don't know if they do that in college, but
they don't have signs for football. I thought it was just baseball, or am I completely wrong?
No, they have signs for both. Baseball is the same thing, and I don't know if there's been as much sign-stealing furor over this, but stealing signs from another team doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me. It doesn't seem like, oh, my God, this huge cheating scandal. Like, it really seems like it's being overblown.
There's only so many signs, too.
Well, most of it I thought was done like a different way where they weren't actually giving the signals out. But here's what happened, all right? Jim Harbaugh's Michigan football team is being investigated by the NCAA. This is according to the Detroit Free Press, for a massive scandal that involves unauthorized scouting and illicit recording of opposing sidelines. The school has already been suspended has already suspended staffer Colin Stallions, the analyst central to the alleged sign-stealing scandal. But the story has taken on a life of its own since being broken earlier this month by Yahoo Sports. In the week that has followed, many high-profile coaches have been asked if they were aware of the Michigan Wolverines operation. Moreover, reports of hard evidence found on their computers and via a stadium surveillance setup has raised questions as to how involved the football team was in the alleged operation. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't do it. It looks like they probably did it if this information is correct. I'm just saying I don't think it's that big of a deal. And they were just about to give Jim Harbaugh an NFL deal, right? And they even said that if this guy, if he gets in trouble from the NCAA and takes an NFL gig, he would potentially be suspended as a coach when he started in the NFL too this whole thing.
That's good luck, right?
He'd be punished on both sides of this, from the NCAA side to the NFL side, even if he left his team.
Now, like your take on it being stupid, are you saying that for them to steal that information is stupid and everyone should just it should be fair game? Because they also mentioned illicit recording. Like your intention was to take something in order to better yourself in this game.
Well, when they say illicit recording, what they mean is if they were practicing or if they were out on their field, they would record them. They would just have the cameras on.
That's kind of cheating, man.
And it might be against the rule. It might be technically cheating. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I think there's a way to play football and to get the plays done and do everything you need to do on the field without making it obvious. Like, hey, don't look at this. What if I'm sitting there as a coach and I see that Sabrina has waved at the team, and every time she waves, they throw the ball, right? Now I've just noticed something. All I've done is just observed and noticed something. And if I act on that and tell my defense to do something different, am I then breaking the rule? Or is it only when I videotape stuff? I don't think it sounds that bad.
Than we know.
I would love to hear from some sports peoples via dispatch. And why I'm wrong. Why is this a big deal? Why am I wrong on that, right? BS on YouTube says, there are signs and there are rules, both written and documented. What's hard to understand? I'm saying, why is it a big deal? Why does there need to be a whole thing, a scandal about this if it's just signs? Like, again, imagine you're in the dugout and you're watching the catcher for another team and you pick up on the signs that the catcher is doing and you start to learn what those calls mean. If you take advantage of that, it's just something you picked up on. How is that bad? You're going to have to explain to me why that's off.
According to this text, which sounds like that might be the problem, they watch the videos over and over and over again so they can pick out the signs so they know what to look for when they play.
Right. Yeah. But I still
That's probably where they're getting in trouble.
I know that they're breaking a rule, okay? I just don't understand why the rule is such a big deal. And there's already people who are chiming in on this with your dispatches. So
that was fast.
Yeah, look, I knew when you wander into the world of sports, you're going to try to dunk on me because I'm in shaky territory here. This is a dangerous ground for me to head down. But I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's kind of silly. And somebody's like career is going to be flipped upside down over this. I bet all the teams do this to some certain extent. I know the Patriots, I think, have been accused of doing this previously.
They've been accused of a lot of things.
Yeah, they got to
just don't get caught, nerd.
You know who's great to ask is Fritzy. We should ask him when he's here on Wednesday because remember the Astros got in trouble for that too.
Did they?
Oh yeah.
That's
He's
what we
still
need.
mad about that.
We need Fritz to chime in on this, and we'll bring this up with him and talk about this when that comes around. But in the meantime, we'll hear from you and your dispatches. Let's go over to Bong Night with My Take, it says.
Hey, Sean.
Hey.
This is why it's stupid. If you steal the signs during the course of a game, that means you're smart. If you're paying some staffer to go around every college and videotape them, why don't you just go out to their practice and see what they're running?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And no one calls it the NCAA. It's like saying 539 for the 539. It's the NCAA.
NCAA. All right. So I fixed that part of this. I still am not on board with the other part. The other part I'm not on board with. And I want to hear from more of you with your dispatches. What was I going to say? Let's go over to, here's Boots with the dispatch. What are you guys laughing about?
Nothing.
Go to the dispatches, please.
What?
Boots.
All right, here's Boots.
The last time I went trick-or-treating, I was 10 years old.
Oh,
and I had 3 or 4 people tell me I was too old to be trick-or-treating because I was 5'8" and 220 pounds.
Oh, you were a big boy.
I wore a size 38-30 in pants when I was 10. I am 6'4" now and wear a 36-32.
Same.
All right, thank you, Boots.
Were you a linebacker as a child, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm going further in on this, okay? I'm going further down this rabbit hole here.
Watson.
Okay?
Winding up.
How about this? What if you're a boxer and you're about to take on one of the big opponents out there, a rival, and you watch hours and hours and hours of this other boxer fighting in the ring, and you go, okay, he drops his elbow when he does this. Okay, when he does this, this happens. You know, when his coach tells him this, it means he wants him to do this. You're learning, getting information, gleaning information from your opponent, and utilizing that information to your advantage. So why is that bad when it comes to football?
Because when it comes to boxing, it's like split-second decisions based on, the training and perhaps reviewing what your opponent has done versus with these plays, it's like they've been memorized. That's their route, and it's up to the coaches and the line coaches to make the split decision of what play they're going to run, but it involves a lot more people.
Yeah, but am I
it's
crazy?
way too different.
Isn't this like a huge part of NFL life to watch the tape of the games and watch everything back and see what players do, what coaches usually do in certain, like if they're down by this many points or if they've got the football over here or whatever? This is like a thing that people do, right?
That's after the fact, though. That's not sending someone out to watch their practices and getting it ahead of time.
So the practices part is what is one of the larger issues.
Sending the scouts to videotape what they shouldn't be videoing is the problem.
Well, they're definitely in trouble for it. I know that much. Let's see what Big Bird is saying here.
Yeah, I think I learned in mathematics.
There you go.
To identify a pattern and then acting on that is called learning. And I don't know why learning is a bad thing.
Oh, he's got my side.
Learning is bad.
If it's a game or not. You made the mistake.
How many
made it
sports did you
obvious.
play, sir?
Big Bird and me are against everybody right now. I need as many people on my side as I can. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think
Maybe
it's a
you
huge
can get
deal.
the rest of Sesame Street by the end of the day.
If I could get Cookie Monster, I would be absolutely thrilled. I'm going to try to get all of them over one at a time.
This is content.
All right. Is the texting service murdering me right now?
Probably me.
Okay.
We're good.
Well, we're going to hear from more of you as things go on. And I will have somebody, I'm sure, set me straight in why this is actually a big deal. All Day Yucker said we should put Sean on the cover of Madden. Oof, I don't know if that's ever going to happen in my lifetime. The possibility is about zero. No, you know what? It is 0.0. It's actually not possible. Right now, things continue to heat up over in Gaza with Israel on the attack. And one of the wildest things that I've seen so far, I don't know if you guys have seen any of this, because Israel has just bombed the hell out of northern Gaza. You probably have seen the before and after photos of that, which are crazy to see. I mean, it's just like there's one that I saw where you could see northern Gaza, what it looked like, and you would swipe over this thing, and then it shows you what it looks like after all the bombing.
It's post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, it looks like the end of the world or something.
Movie.
And now they're getting down to the tunnels that are underneath the city that they say is where Hamas mostly hangs out, and that's how they do their operations. And they've got this bomb that they can use, which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of in my life. I don't know how exactly it works, but it's something like this. They shoot the bomb into one of Gaza's tunnels, and then the bomb just basically shoots like concrete everywhere and stops up the tunnel and completely blocks it off.
Whoa.
And I've never heard of them having anything like this before, but they're using some new things because they can bomb the surface of Gaza all they want. If the Hamas people are underground, they're going to survive through that unless they get rid of the tunnels that are in this area. And I guess throughout the whole Gaza strip, Yeah, strip. Yeah, I don't know where I got that from. Clearing and collapsing these tunnels will be crucial if Israel seeks to dismantle Hamas, which is their stated goal. But fighting in densely populated urban areas and moving underground could strip the Israeli military of some of its technological advantages, while giving an edge to Hamas both above and below ground. So they really want to get rid of this tunnel system. We'll see if they'll be able to do that. And finally, real quick before we take a break, there is, they say man, but he's a young man, I have to be honest. And he decided he was going to go into a grocery store and make a purchase. And when he went into the grocery store, he went over to the beer aisle and he decided to try to purchase a Budweiser Zero, which is alcohol-free, right?
Yes.
This is a non-alcoholic beer. And when he went to check out, the woman says, I need to see your ID. And he goes, why do you need to see my ID? It's Budweiser Zero. It's not actually beer. There's no alcohol in here. And they said they shut him down and did not sell it to him, even though there was no alcohol in the drink.
I've heard of this before, though. And
it was
isn't there some NA alcohols or beer rather, that does have a very, very, very small percentage of alcohol in it?
Sub 1%.
Yeah,
right?
the earlier non-beers, they couldn't get them completely 0%.
But the new ones, they have zero?
Yeah.
So if it's a drink and it's 0% alcohol, they now have been able to get it so there's no alcohol in it. I wonder why they don't.
It's hop soda.
Hop soda. It should be fine for somebody to drink that, right?
One would think.
But they won't do it. They won't sell it to kids who are underage. I guess because it's still considered a beer product. And for beer products, whether alcoholic or not, you can't get them if you're underage. There's a lot of you chiming in with your dispatches. I can't wait to hear those sports takes. Can't wait to hear you dismantle me with your dispatch when we come back. That's coming up. We got to talk about an update in the Matthew Perry story as well, and we'll do that next. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Check out our new threads at Real Radio 1041 on Threads. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We have severe lane closure now on the Greenway, both north and southbound.
This is between Narcoossee Road and Dowden Road at Moss Park Road. Again, this is police activity closing down 417 at that location. So you'll still have some heavy stop-and-go traffic eastbound I-4 around 27 to well after 429 as well. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains. Ride brighter with high-speed rail to South Florida. Experience premium lounge perks, roomier seats, and onboard meal and drink service with 16 daily departures to South Florida. Adult fares from $79, kids from $39. Book now at GoBrightline.com.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. A big congratulations to last week's winner, Molly. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. What can you put in a bucket to make it weigh less? What can you put in a bucket to make it weigh less? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina@regalradio.fm, and the first person to send the correct answer wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's riddle, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted Best Downtown Orlando Restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations with my full-hearted recommendation, go to Maxine'sOnShine.com.
Now, you can relive the greatest moments from our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Lenny Kravitz kicks things off with his biggest hits.
Foo Fighters get the whole crowd singing along.
Tim McGraw debuts his new song live.
Public Enemy brings the 90s hip-hop energy.
Fall Out Boy covers a classic while literally on fire. And so much more.
Relive the greatest moments from our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Streaming now only on Hulu for a limited time.
Morgan & Morgan is not only America's largest injury law firm, we're also the only injury law firm in the world with lawyers licensed in all 50 states. With dedicated attorneys focused on personal injury, medical malpractice, insurance disputes, car crashes, employee rights, and many others, we have a 30-year track record of getting results for clients just like you. So wherever you are, whatever you need, our firm is ready to take your call. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Orlando's newest entertainment destination is now open. Primrose Lanes welcomes you to our restaurant and bowling club. Visit primroselanes.com to reserve your lane and join us for happy hour every weekday at 4 p.m. for half-off cocktails.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-741-8026. 800-741-8026. That's 800-741-8026.
Hey Orlando, see the Magic take on the Los Angeles Lakers on Saturday, November 4th at Amway Center. Cheer for Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and your Orlando Magic as they go up against LeBron James and the rest of the Lakers during their only visit to Orlando this season. We need you loud and proud, Magic fans. Let's show the purple and gold how we roll. Don't miss out on this big night in the O. Get your tickets today at OrlandoMagic.com and be ready to witness Magic together.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
At Simply Safe, our 24/7 lifeguard protection helps stop crime in real time. Because during a break-in, every second counts. And these days, every dollar counts. Right now, get 45% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. It's U.S. News and World Report's Best Home Security of 2023. Advanced Home Security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests.
Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. WIN. That's win. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Farmageddon is coming, and this could be bad. I'll tell you what that is in just a moment. But I was talking earlier about this former SNL writer, Kevin Brennan, I guess is his name, and he's one of the people who, right after Matthew Perry died or the announcement came out, he just decided to start like making jokes about it. He said, that's hilarious, ha ha ha, he drowned in a hot tub, and all of these things, which obviously, because of the algorithm on Twitter, man, it's so, I wish they would fix this. I wish Elon Musk would fix this. And I talked about this weekend a little bit. There was somebody who made a post, and that post was another Matthew Perry one. It was the one I talked about where they said, just so you know, the TV show Friends was incredibly problematic, and there were racist and sexist and anti-gay scenes and all
30 years ago, bro.
And it's like, why is that important right now? Were you certain? Like, these people all center themselves in every situation they encounter. Let me tell you why this is about me right now. Instead of being like, damn, that sucks. Matthew Perry died. Guy struggled a lot in his life. Lived through some amazing moments too.
Yeah.
Josh and I were just talking. When he started out on Friends, he was like in his very early 20s. And talk about meteoric rise.
Yeah,
guy
very fast.
Was making insane amounts of money. Nobody on that show ever had to work again after that show was done. It was a, like a social and in terms of just like the zeitgeist, it was a massive, massive thing that probably will never be duplicated with the amount of, just
say that
power.
To Big Bang Theory's face, Sean.
Well, Big Bang Theory did have some really big ratings for quite some time. Not Friends level ratings, not like Seinfeld finale level ratings. I don't think we're ever going to see those numbers again because there's too many options now. And it's like there's too many damn things to watch.
And to that person's tweet about it, like how problematic it was, you treat it as if Matthew Perry also wrote the show. Like, as actors, they read the lines. Their comedic delivery of it, of course. But
and what do you want them to do? Of course, things are different. Social norms are different now than they were in the 90s, for God's sake. It's a quarter century ago. I have different opinions than I had in the 90s as well. It's like people change, times change.
Like what?
So social norms change. But we want to go back, edit all the episodes of these programs? No, it's really dumb when people do that. I think they try to do that to a couple episodes of The Office. It's like, just let it sit there. The thing that I think so many people don't understand, like The Office, let's take that as an example. Michael Scott in The Office, people will go, look at these offensive scenes. Look at, he's doing this offensive accent. And it's like, that's the point.
Yeah.
The point is not, look at Michael Scott, the great guy. The point is, he's being really dumb and ignorant here.
It's satirical.
Yeah, and he's the boss that these people have to put up with every single day. So sometimes people fail to understand that. But you put a post out there like it, and I look up at the post, and online it has 1.5 million views on Twitter, right? And then I see how many people liked it. And out of 1.5 million views, it had 40 likes.
Wow.
Only 40 people had liked it. There was only like
big numbers.
40 retweets there was lots of quote
I thought you were going to
tweets.
say
but
something else for a second there.
when people quote tweet something, they're taking a shot at it. Like you'll do a quote tweet to be like, this guy is an idiot. Look how dumb this guy is. And then responses, which is when somebody was going to take this guy on and tell him how stupid it was, it had like 18,000 responses. Replies. The replies were 18,000. You go, the algorithm is just taking stuff that is dumb and making it explode in popularity.
Sure, because what ads are right next to it? And how much data are they gathering from the millions of people that are just viewing it and talking about it?
I get pissed off about this stuff, though. Like, you've seen this. I know you have, Sabrina. On TikTok, for at least a little while, maybe they fixed it, maybe they haven't. Videos where you'd be watching somebody cook something and some of the ingredients would be weird. And so you keep watching to see what are they going to do? What are they going to make this into? And it didn't go anywhere. It didn't resolve.
Like the big food waste videos.
Yeah, and it just like cuts off at some point, and then people go into the comments and like, what the hell is happening? And then, but it still goes viral, even though it's not even good content, because it kept people watching through to the end. And I hate that.
I mean, why are they wrapping that block of Velveeta in ground beef?
Exactly. That was like one of them was macaroni or something they were making. And they put like an entire thing of Mountain Dew. And you go, what? Where are they going with this?
Gross.
And I go, maybe they'll redeem themselves. And you watch to the end of the video, and there's nothing. There's no redemption at all. We've got Farmageddon to worry about, though. So let's keep our eyes on the ball here. Workers from some of the nation's biggest pharmacy chains, from CVS to Walgreens.
Thought you were talking about farms.
Nope. Pharmacy
I
chains.
did too.
And they plan another walkout starting this week as they continue to plead for better working conditions. These are the folks that are saying they're overworked at these pharmacies. They say that all of the vaccine stuff has been lumped onto them, and they spend too much time doing that. And they can't fill all the scripts that they need to and take care of their customers. And they've got other issues with these companies. And there's going to be a bunch of them that start walking out this week demanding that they be treated better. And the big problem with that is if all of the pharmacists go on strike and we can't get any medications for people, that puts people in a very, very dangerous position. So they said right now it comes on the heels of a protest, where 200 of the 9,000 Walgreens locations had employees call out sick. And CVS employees are working on this now. And they said hundreds of thousands of pharmacists and technicians could participate in this. Or
Make your
hundreds
refills now, folks.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually.
Yeah, 90 days.
Hundreds to thousands, I should say. Get as much as you can just in case that goes down. That would be inconvenient. Back to the buying non-alcoholic beer under 21, where this kid tried to buy a Budweiser Zero and couldn't do it. I found this. It says, legalities of buying non-alcoholic beer under 21. It seems obvious, though, right? Since the beer is non-alcoholic, you would think that anybody, regardless of age, should be able to drink it. But it says when it comes to the laws, it's not as cut and dry. Non-alcoholic beers are still regulated by the Federal Alcohol Administration Act.
That makes sense.
So even though their alcoholic content is legally below what's considered to be an alcoholic beverage, you still have to be 21 years old to purchase it in most states, except for our friends in Texas, baby.
Yeah.
You can buy it over there. You
That's
folks
right.
on
Grab your guns.
97.1 The Freak. You could get all the non-alcoholic beer you want underage. Don't worry about it. There's about 2 dozen other states where they let you, but a bunch of states where they do not, even though it's non-alcoholic beer. Let's check on you. Are you mad at me for my sports take? Probably, but we'll see what we got with Solomon, who says, my friend's rebuttals.
Here's my 2 cents, Kansas trucker. Friends is a ripoff, spinoff of Living Single. Same city, same situation.
Buddy.
Except everybody in Friends was white.
Was it similar? I guess it was pretty similar to that, actually.
Living Single. That's what I watched it growing up. It was the best. I was on UPN, I believe.
Are you too young for Martin?
No.
Okay, so that was about the same time, right?
Go-to, yeah. It was Living Single, Martin, and then at nighttime it was Cheaters and Blind Date.
Oh, that was good TV back then, man.
I was way too young for it, but I loved it. And Wayans Brothers I watched a lot of.
I didn't find out until much, much later that those Cheaters episodes, some of them were faked. You know,
Except
a bunch
when
of
the
them
guy got stabbed.
The guy got stabbed. I was like, holy cow. That show was juicy, man. I liked it. Here's Banana Potato with the Dispatch.
Okay, I have a super passionate, positive view on the Switch Witch.
Okay.
These people aren't taking into account
What do you mean by
that
these
there
people?
are children with diabetes. And there's also children that are allergic to dairies or just different types of maybe dyes and things like that that are in gummy bears.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just let people do what they want to do.
True.
When you said there was outrage over a fun, cute little festive idea to let the child choose some candy, maybe the parents can take out, you know, whatever candy their child can't eat.
Yeah.
You know, like if the kid is diabetic or something, you know, and it shouldn't even have to take a special case, you know, dietary thing like that.
No, I think it was for everybody because it's just not healthy, obviously. It's obviously not healthy for kids to have that much candy all at once or just in general. It should be the most neutral thing in the world where nobody is outraged. It seems like the most nuanced take you can have. You say, we want kids to select some of the candy, and then they'll take 5 items or so, and then put the rest out for the Switch Witch. And
But
then
tell
they'll
me
get
where the rest of that candy's going.
the parents are taking it. Then they'll get a toy in place of the candy that they leave out for the Switch Witch. Then they get some candy, they get a toy. It seems like nobody would be upset at that, but still, doesn't matter nowadays. There's always somebody who can get upset about even really nuanced, mundane things. Okay, quick break. When we come back, the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today, I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Crabby, dangerous, sarcastic, and sometimes awkward. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Happy Monday, everyone. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today soaring to the mid-80s. Passing clouds will be a possibility, but skies do remain dry. Overnight lows tonight, another round of the 60s. And for the trick-or-treaters on Tuesday, it is going to be pretty comfortable in the low 80s to start and then dipping into the 70s by your 10 o'clock hour. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Breeders' Cup World Championships. In just 4 days, the world's best thoroughbreds will break from the starting gate for the 40th running of the Breeders' Cup World Championships at Santa Anita Park. Tune into USA and NBC on Friday and Saturday to catch all the action.
To everyone who appreciates a fresh meal that comes from the heart, let our team member Emma tell you what's special about the Culver's Way.
We take great tasting burgers seriously in Wisconsin. Favorite recipes, fresh ingredients, real Wisconsin cheese. It's a place where traditions matter. So of course it's where Culver's Butter Burger was born. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection, then topped with a lightly buttered toasted bun.
What can we say? To us, it's a whole lot more than a burger. It's a taste of home.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a rich and creamy hometown treat, let our team member Nevaeh tell you how we do it at Culver's.
Every scoop of Culver's fresh frozen custard is made in small batches throughout the day. Because where we come from, the little things make a big difference. Like bringing back a seasonal favorite. Our salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer and pumpkin spice shake are back for a limited time. Handcrafted with farm fresh dairy and real pureed pumpkin just for you. So it's the best part of your day.
And we mean the best. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Of course you do. And a hassle-free process? Yeah, that's GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN is fast, easy, reliable, and pays top dollar for your car. It's that simple. And Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and thousands of online reviews. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot, it's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family, and you can help support them by enjoying delicious fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop, or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
During Jeep Adventure Days, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Jeep Grand vehicles. 10 or 15% below MSRP, depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible vehicles include Jeep Gladiator, Grand Cherokee, Laredo, and Compass. Excludes Sport. 15% below excludes MSRP eligible vehicles include Jeep Renegade, Compass Latitude, Grand Cherokee L, excludes Laredo, and Grand Cherokee excludes 4xE and Laredo. Not compatible with lease offers except for Gladiator or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery from dealer stock by 10/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
West 2 News, now here for you at 7 p.m. Because breaking news doesn't wait for the right time.
News never stops.
And that's why our team keeps going. We're adding more coverage of what matters most to Central Florida. The big stories that will have you talking. An accurate forecast you can depend on. Stuart Moore, Michelle Imperato, Tony Manalfi. West 2 News at 7 p.m. Local, live, late breaking.
On the next Access Hollywood,
Meg Ryan's rom-com return, her first film in almost a decade. It's Kiss and Tell with David Duchovny.
Well, we did have the intimacy coach.
We did?
Then All Access with Ariana Madix, her mission for the Mirror Ball, the messy Vanderpump reunion.
Oh, it was awful.
And Finding New Love.
He's a real gem.
Where'd you meet him? Plus, meet Priscilla's breakout star celebrating Hollywood royalty on the big screen.
It almost felt like a real wedding.
Next Access Hollywood, tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thanks, friends. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. And now is the final minutes for you to get the latest shirt. The Fickle Beast X-Ray shirt, which is a really badass design. It's a fun one. I really, truly recommend the hoodie, but you do you. And we got in the magnets. They are here. They came out awesome, man. The Treehouse of Horror magnets for Game of Magnets. So you'll be getting one of these if you have purchased yours, and you'll get a sticker as well. Get over there, and you got about 18 minutes or so left. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. and get your final orders in. That is literally closing in just a handful of minutes. So act fast, friends.
Closing time.
Let's see here. You know what I want to talk about before we get to these final dispatches? Did you see the lady from Golden Bachelor who's been getting a bunch of heat today?
I did not. I still have to catch up on a couple episodes. I did see that he's been doing a lot of kissing.
Oh, my God. And it's so weird when they kiss. I don't know why.
He reminds me
dentures.
If Kermit the Frog was a human.
Yes, he sounds just like Kermit.
He does.
I'm just looking for love.
He does sound like Kermit the Frog. And he seems like a sweet enough guy, I guess. But I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. When you see the younger people, Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, and they're getting romantic and they're making out with each other, it seems normal. But when you see the older people doing it, it seems
he kisses
weird.
like he's kissing for the first time ever. Like he grabs both of their shoulders.
It's so
and then
uncomfortable.
Goes in for it, and he's like, I just want to let you know you're a wonderful lady. Today's letter of the day is B.
And I keep reminding myself, I'm like, it's totally normal. These are people that deserve to find love just like anybody else. But every time he goes back in for the kiss, and then I'm like, oh,
Miss Piggy.
It's weird. So one of the contestants, everybody's dumping on her right now.
Yeah, get
Short
her.
hair?
She has short hair. Her name's Sandra Mason, and she is. I'm not going to tell you, whether she's on or off the show still, but I'll just tell you this part. She admitted to the guy. What's his name? Gary or something?
Yeah, Gary.
She admitted to Gary on the Golden Bachelor. She goes, I'm supposed to be at my daughter's wedding right now.
Oh, yeah. And she was a pickleball tournament instead.
Uh-huh. And she said, like, I came here to be on the Golden Bachelor to try to find love, and I'm missing my daughter's wedding right now. And he was like, oh, you should be at your daughter's wedding. And all these people online are like, oh, how dare she? She should have been there for her daughter's wedding. She had ditched her daughter to go on this show.
Oh, well, she got to FaceTime with her daughter. That's nice.
Well, here's the thing. How is it anybody's business? They talk to each other. She said, I talked to my daughter and my son-in-law beforehand, and they both told me to go. They said, we found our love. We'd like you to find yours. Go for the Golden Bachelor and go suck face with Gary for a little while.
Isn't that the lady with the bad knees, too? That she
that's all of them.
In the bunk?
Yeah, I think that was the weirdest thing. They had to have a conversation because there's bunk beds, and only some of them could physically get into the top bunks.
I thought it was nuts that they even put bunk beds to begin with. They're like, producers like, this is going to create some controversy for sure. Or a hip replacement at the very least.
The other funny difference is when they, during The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, whenever they go back to the house to see what the people who aren't on the dates are doing, they're always like partying or laying out in the sun and drinking. They flash back to the remaining ladies who weren't on a date with old Gary, and they're in the pool and they're all singing Hava Nagila. And it's a whole different vibe.
That sounds fun.
They're all partying, but they're partying like in a different way, because they're just not as young as the people on the regular show. But people like to get mad at just virtually everything out there today. Okay, let's do the final dispatches. We got some time for these. Here's Dragonfly Ma'am with a dispatch about Halloween.
Hi, you guys. So this Switch Witch story reminded me of my friend who taught me what candy purge is. She didn't call it that, but now I call it that because I think it's hilarious. Her daughters were 4 and 7, and she would take them out trick-or-treating and all the candy and all that good stuff. And then every day she would kind of regulate it, and, they were allowed to have some, but she regulated it. Then on the 7th day, after Halloween, For 2 hours, they were allowed to eat as much candy as they wanted.
Oh, no.
Whatever was left over was donated to the fire department. But watching these 2 little girls get all hopped up on sugar, hilarious.
That 2 hours would have been awesome. That would have been like, you're just on the floor with all the candy around you, exploding with all the sugar you're taking.
Best day of your life.
Oh, bad for your body.
Yeah, and your teeth, man.
Yeah, bad for your body in all the ways. Here's One Nut the King with a dispatch about Texas beer.
What's up, news junkies?
Barely.
Greetings from the great state of Texas, where anybody can buy non-alcoholic beer.
Congrats.
That's the way we do it here. Guys, I ordered my shirt. Love it. Haven't got it yet, but love that shirt.
Yeah, about
New
that.
design. It's awesome. Trying to play some game of magnets out here. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Yeah, get it going over there in Texas. Your magnet will be on the way before you know it. And I really like the way these came out.
Same.
The only way to get your hands on it, though, is to actually get one of these shirts or the hoodie option at getskywall.com in the next 10 minutes or so. So go do that. The link, if you forget it, is at the top of the newsjunkie.com, just in case you can't spell Skywall. Thought it'd be easy enough, but there's some folks.
SCHY.
No. SKYWALL.com. Getskywall.com. No, go. I put in skywall.com and I don't see anything here. No, it's getskywall.com. Here's Ozman talking about Walgreens.
The whole, Walgreens pharmacy stuff. My wife works at Walgreens, not in the pharmacy, but she talks to the pharmacy people. And at least at her store, the corporate has cut the pharmacy technicians' hours so much that they've actually, at least in that one store, have had to just completely close on Sunday because the corporate won't give them the amount of hours between the 4 people that work there to get all of their work done. So they're also constantly backed up because they're not allowed to stay later and they're not allowed to hire anybody else. So yeah, it's bigger than just, working conditions and pay. It's also hours and workload and all of that.
What's going on over there then? Why are they doing this? Are they flailing? Are they running out of money over at Walgreens? I would think they were doing okay.
Probably not.
I would think the pharmacy is an important part of any Walgreens for sure.
I wonder if other pharmacies are feeling that too, though. Is it just those two? Costco has a pharmacy, Publix has a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Imagine
maybe they just treat them better. Honestly,
shopping is a pleasure. I imagine employment is too.
Publix is a great company to work for.
Sorry,
from everything
Rochester
that
and
I've
Dallas. That's their slogan.
I think that everybody I've ever heard of that worked at Publix was like, this is a good company to work for. They've been happy. Maybe they're treating them better there, and that's why they're not having any issues like Walgreens and CVS are. They're having issues over there. Okay, last one. Here's Square Slinger.
What's up, junkies?
Hey!
Sean, you mentioned how people don't understand some of the nuances of The Office script writing. It amazes me when I see posts on social media that glorify the way that Archie Bunker acted as far as being racist and whatnot. But they don't understand the fact that Carol O'Connor was playing that character on purpose.
To prove a point
that out. It just amazes me the ignorance of those people. They think that was a wonderful thing. Surprising.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Let's do it. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our friends over there at Nations Trucks. And you can get the truck of your dreams right now. It's waiting for you on the lot. Go to nationstrucks.com and start browsing that inventory right now. Work trucks, lifted trucks, it's all there at nationstrucks.com. Home cooking falls to pre-pandemic levels in North America. Most people not cooking at home these days.
Oh, well, I'm a trendsetter. I've been doing that for years.
They said it's dropped to a historic low, actually. And maybe that's because of all the options that we have for, getting food delivered. And there's a lot of different ways you can not have to cook at home that we didn't have. I guess that would be it. Or maybe people just don't like cooking right now. I'm not sure what's leading to it, but that's where we find ourselves. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Why not? Here we go. GetSkywall.com to get the design while you can. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is is Today Learned for a Monday, October 30th, 2023. Today Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned this guy right here.
Jimmy Buffett.
That's right, Jimmy Buffett. The basis for Jimmy Buffett, Timothy B. Schmidt, was the one who coined the term parrot heads to describe Jimmy Buffett's fans when he was a member of the Coral Reefer Band back in the 1980s. They said, let's see if this sticks. Let's just start calling the fans parrot heads. And it did. That became a whole community of people, for God's sake, and remains even after the death of Jimmy Buffett earlier this year. Not even that long ago. Today, learned Jaguar cars were known as SS cars until 1945.
Fly on the field.
And in 1945, for obvious reasons, they said, we need to change the name from SS cars to something else. What are we going to go for? Let's go with Jaguar, or I don't know. There's a bunch of other ways. Or Jaguar. There's lots of ways to say that.
That's the American way.
At least one of them is right. Today, I learned this guy right here.
Damn it, Elvis.
Louis
Armstrong is correct. So today, I learned Louis Armstrong's song that you're hearing right now, What a Wonderful World, failed to make the record charts in the USA on its initial release in 1967.
Didn't see that dream.
The president of his new record label did not promote it at all. And it finally made the U.S. Top 40 in 1988 after it was featured in the movie Good Morning Vietnam, and was able to climb the charts as it always was wont to do. And finally, today I learned this band right here.
Sum 41.
That's right. Yeah. Sum 41 named their album Chuck after the UN peacekeeper who got them out of a hotel in the Congo near a war zone.
Wow.
They found themselves trapped in a very dangerous situation. And this album peaked at number 2 on the Canadian albums chart, but that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, alrighty.
Number 10 on the U.S. Billboard 200. That's a little better. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back same time, same place tomorrow. And if you missed any of the show, go get the podcast. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. The links are right there for you. We will see you tomorrow.